Welcome. This is Tom.
Mike.
AM.
In the PA.
HUDRadio.com, live from the BMW of Atlantic City Studios. BMW of Atlantic City. We're off exit 17 in the Parkway. Find them online. BMW of Atlantic City.com. Every Wednesday night for the 3P, we're brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make them yours. Gibson Mayer LLC. Find them on the web. GibsonMayer.com. 3 men and a baby, essentially, tonight. Tom Renaud, Michael Mataraki, Greg Mwakovic, Jeremy Beeland. Did I get it right?
That's
essentially,
it.
right? Rob
That's
Tovey
correct,
on the
brother.
ones and twos. Ooh, the best in the business. Tons to talk about tonight. We're going to be answering your questions as well later on in the show. If we have time, we'll talk mixture of politics and sports. And to be honest with you, I told Rob last night, or yesterday at the end, they keep it out, right? I almost don't think time's going to be permitting. All right, let's just move on because I'm over. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it. Penn State talk. Big win over Iowa. You know, tough place to play. Good defense. Saquon Barkley's the best running back that I've seen in college football in the last 10 years, and that's as simple. That's an easy one. We'll talk Penn State later on. Eagles, Chargers, preview, predictions. Getting to that. We'll want your predictions as well for a chance to win a Visa, a $25 Visa gift card, and a signed wiffle ball by yours truly. And it could be a four-spot. We could all come a signing. Imagine that table, that signing table. Ooh, daddy.
Big fees there.
So we'll get into that later on as well. Eagles, heavy Eagles talk. 27-24 win over the Giants. I mean, it was special. We witnessed it together. I know Mike was at the game. Jeremy, where were you at?
I was home actually watching with my mom, and I could not believe he made the kick.
Still can't believe it. That thing's never happened for us.
Can I just tell you, though, Sunday may very well have been the hottest I have ever been in my entire life at a sporting event.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
I shit you not. I lost 7 pounds on Sunday.
Bro, put
it right back on Monday.
We're still wet. I mean, I'm running out to the pitching man a lot on Sunday.
He is. 9U, he's running out.
I go out. I mean, there's a lot of conversation. I'm all about growth, Daddy. I'm all about getting better. One play at a time, we're going to get better.
You get 2 visits an inning. He uses his 2 visits.
Yeah, you ain't taking them home with you. It's that slow pitch softball thing.
Nothing wrong with that.
Guys playing in Disney, you can't take your homers home with you. Can't fly them home with you.
TZ, good job, boys.
Use them. All right, our poll question. Brought to you by Scanzano Sports, and this is a fun one. Which fantastic finish was more exciting? Iowa, Penn State, Eagles over Giants. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. HUD Radio is where you can find us. Right on the site as well. We want to know. Gentlemen, start with you, Mike. Which one was more exciting? I mean, listen, we're all diehard Eagles here. So it's pretty. I think it's pretty easy, but go ahead. Let's see.
Well, as you can see from the attire.
Oh, I see.
I'm feeling a certain way over here. And actually, Greg and I were talking about this off the air. For me, was the 61-yard field goal ridiculously exciting? Yeah, it absolutely was. No question about it. And for those people that haven't seen the videos that we posted on HUD Radio's Facebook page, with Tom doing the voiceover of the kick as it happened, now that I can adjust my microphone here like a grown-up, I loved the commentary. Just the fact, like you said, straight up.
Pure emotion.
We never make these kicks.
Nope.
Everyone else makes them against us. Get in, yes. And there were a couple of pleases in there.
And there was, and guess what there also was? You know, and Greg will attest to this. He said in college, longest was 56 yards. Well, now you're a grown-up. Now you're a grown man. Yeah. You should be able to hit from 61. Let's go. And that's exactly what I said at the beginning of it. I
had the privilege Sunday when I was there. I was actually sitting down a little lower. I wasn't in my normal seats. And I was low enough, and that kick was at my end of the field to when he made contact with the ball. Like, you could hear it. Like, it sounded like a gun going off.
Yeah, it sounded like the ball. The ball at the ballpark.
Yeah.
So you knew he nailed it. And I was probably sitting around, like, between the 10 and the 15-yard line. And as the ball went by my line of sight, I was like, holy shit, he's got the distance. And it was just a matter of whether it was actually going to go through the uprights. And, I mean, you guys have been to the link, so you know you don't wait for the referee's signal. You wait for the crowd behind the goalpost to give you the sign.
Oh, well, listen.
So Odell looks up, and the ball's over Odell's head, and all of a sudden everybody behind the goalpost just erupts. And then it's just pure bedlam.
But guess what? Confidence in players isn't okay. The people who are on the Doug Pederson, the right side or left side, whatever you want to call it, that can't stand him and he's an idiot and a moron and all this, right? And faith in players doesn't work. That's all trust, man. Odell's back there, right? And big guys are on the field. So you know we usually how that translates, right? I don't want to play that game. So a lot of people out there thought that that's a situation where you go Hail Mary. I said it to you right when it happens. You kick this. You said it right back. You kick this, right? You trust your guy. The least if he misses, to miss deep one way or the other. No worries.
Well, let me ask you guys a question now. We'll tie it back to baseball real quick. Major League Baseball teams, when do they say the ball carries the best? Hot weather?
Yeah,
hot.
summertime.
Hitting weather.
So you're
August.
out there.
So Emmanuel weather.
You know, you're out there,
hitting weather.
but you're out there kicking a ball basically in hitting weather.
Mm-hmm.
So you know if you get that thing good, you're gonna get some distance
It's
on
almost
it.
like Denver in September, October, same way.
Yeah.
But Greg, go on.
Well,
Which
let
one was more exciting?
me finish this out real
Oh,
quick
you weren't
though,
done with
because
the excitement?
no, because what I was going to say was in terms of the excitement, no question the Eagles finish was off the hook, but the Penn State finish. And you were saying Iowa, tough place to play.
Real tough place to play.
The last 5 teams that have gone in there ranked number 5 or higher have all gone out of there with a loss. And if Penn State doesn't score on that last play, they lose. The Birds miss that field goal. If Odell doesn't run it back, worst thing that happens is they go to overtime.
Yeah, I didn't want no parts.
And I wanted no parts of overtime
one.
either. Yeah. So for me, the bigger impact on the finish is Penn State. But the more exciting finish has got to be the Birds.
Got to be the Birds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same way. Excitement, yeah, a 61-yarder I think is going to trump any type of walk-off touchdown, except for maybe,
a Hail Mary.
A Hail
something
Mary,
ridiculous.
something like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
But same thing. The impact of that walk-off touchdown from McSorley to Johnson was their national championship hopes in one play. They missed that. That's the Pitt loss from last year. A team they dominated, or they didn't dominate Pitt last year, but they dominated this game in every aspect. And because Iowa is such a stingy defense and plays very well at home with the pink locker rooms and the head games that they play, but because they are as tough as they are, that game was a lot closer than it probably should have been.
Well, if Penn State does lose that game, they've wasted the single greatest game ever played by a Penn State running back.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That's a waste. That'd be a waste. No
Yeah.
question. 300 all-purpose yards.
Oh, big time.
I mean, pretty much carried him. So.
Yeah. And so, so from an impact standpoint, it's the Penn State game. Just because they lose, they're out of the national championship hopes.
It's done.
You're not getting in with one loss. And we saw that last year. As they went on that run, they even won the Big Ten title, beat Ohio State, and still Ohio State got in.
Well, I could jump you right here, though, and go devil's advocate with you and say, well, the Eagles is just as important because now you make the Giants 0-2 in division. You go 2-0 in division. That's huge, too.
Agreed.
And that's impactful.
Agreed,
Penn State
but
essentially could still win out and play enough big boys to still be in that top 4.
But their schedule doesn't have it.
Well,
they
I'm
don't
just
have
saying.
They don't have that schedule.
Anything, you never know who loses.
No, you're
That's
right.
all.
You're
so
right.
I'm saying you still have, and so I think both teams still have a chance. But
Sure.
I get where you're going. But I know how you play the game with me. I'm gonna play right back. We're gonna enjoy
game's
that.
that?
I don't know.
But it's what we do here.
So more exciting, obviously. The
More
Eagles.
exciting was the Eagles.
More impactful.
Yeah.
Penn State.
is the Penn State.
No, fair. Jeremy.
I have to agree with Greg, definitely. I think what the Eagles did was just, if you were watching at home, if you were there in person, was amazing. Just amazing. I mean, the way he made it, I couldn't believe he made it. I kind of turned away from TV and didn't think he was going to make it. I was just, no way he's going to make this. Then he made it, and as a fan, it just gave me more hope that we can go farther than we ever had in years. And that's a big deal for me. The Penn State thing was great also, but, I mean, as a fan, like I said, that game sucked you in. I felt like I was watching, the Miracle in the Meadowlands plus 10. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It was a hot day. I mean, it's amazing. Just there's no other word for it. Just amazing. I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad I was able to see it. Just awesome.
Well, it's crazy. It's like the harsh realization of the situation is when Caleb Sturgis is healthy, there's a really good chance that Jake Elliott's not on this team because you can't miss 30 and 32 yarders and expect to stick around in the NFL. You have a big foot. You can hit from 61. There's probably a future for you somewhere, and it could wind up being a David Akers situation where David Akers was on teams where he was the kickoff specialist and the long field goal guy until he developed that consistency to be the every kick place kicker. Personally, like I love the kid's fire and the competitiveness and the kuyans to go out there and nail it from 61. But look, kid, You missed a 30-yarder against the Chiefs and a 32-yarder against the Giants. You can't be missing chippies.
And well, listen, you hope this builds confidence. And confidence for a kicker is so important. It's like a hitter, man. I mean, you lose it, it goes away.
You got to get that confidence in there. That's a big deal.
So hopefully it translates. I mean, hopefully he carries it forward this week and he makes some, the 30-yarders and the 46s that we need. But I look at the Penn State game, like Mike said, that was one of the greatest performances by a running back that I've ever seen. I mean, to be able to, Shady McCoy cut on dimes 25, right? I mean, it's the same thing when I look at Saquon Barkley. His ability to cut on a dime is straight filth. The thing he did on the sideline was the most ridiculous thing. And then he jumps over a guy. A guy hits him, and he lands like nobody even touched him. Like what? What the balance? So just everything about him is so special. And to me, it's the best running back I've seen in college football in the last 10 years. And if I'm an NFL team and I'm drafting one, most likely you need a quarterback. I get that. But if I have a quarterback, there ain't a question who I'm taking. I just not a question.
Yeah.
I've seen enough around college football. I've seen it all. I've seen enough. This guy is special. And to me, he's the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Best player in college football right this second. And should be the number 1 overall pick, depending on need.
Let me lay some numbers on the people here. So Saturday night at Iowa, Saquon Barkley goes 28 carries for 211 yards, 7.5 yards a carry, 12 catches for 94 yards, and 53 yards on kickoff returns, 358 all-purpose yards, which breaks Curt Warner of the Seattle Seahawks, amongst other teams. 36-year-old school record for all-purpose yards in a game. Warner's was 341, which is nothing to sneeze at, given the fact that they didn't really throw the ball to running backs that much 36 years ago. So some impressive stuff there, no question.
Oh, there's no doubt.
And Tommy, I completely agree with you. I mean, I'll go with the boxing reference on this. Pound for pound, he is the best player in college football right now. I don't think there's any question.
No, it's easy.
Absolutely.
It's easy for me.
Yeah, I mean, the only guy that rivals it is just because he's a quarterback is Sam Darnold out in USC.
And that's cute. Yeah,
but he's not having a great year.
That's what I'm saying. That's cute.
He's not having a great year.
Yeah, that's the only guy.
To your point, though.
That's cute, Mel Kiper Jr. That's what I'll tell Mike. No, I mean, that's cute. I got you.
But you're right. I mean, for your money, if you're drafting number 1, I mean, look, it's going to be the Jets, right? Number 1 or the Browns.
I mean, don't even mess around.
So if the Browns
no quarterbacks anyway. So
if the Browns, you have DeShone Kizer, so here's your Saquon. The Jets would probably have to take a quarterback because who do they have?
And Sam Darnold would fit that USC pick and whatever. Blah, blah, blah. But to me, listen, I watched both games, in a live situation, and Penn State, great finish. I wouldn't say I'm a Penn State fan. Do I root for them? Sure, I don't have a college football team. I just love college football. Right. I didn't grow up. I grew up 4 for 4 and whatever. If Temple's playing well, sure, we'll check in. But to me, Penn State, okay, I like them. I'll root for them, blah, 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 blah. So that was a great finish. Yeah. No question about it. Okay, we rushed home.
You flew home.
Hey, listen.
No lie. He turned an hour and 10-minute trip into a 45-minute trip.
That's how it's done.
That's how it's
my
done.
mom drove for a living. My dad drove for a living. And big-time professional, never accident. I'm the Barry Bonds of driving. It was built into the bloodstream. I told him we got in the car. I said,
awesome.
We're carving. So we got home for the whole 4th quarter.
The Barry Bonds of driving.
That's good.
The big pundit lays another
You got
one.
to patent that. Make shirts out. He's got to patent that right there. That's awesome.
Yeah. Copyright.
Hashtag it.
The whole rush home and the seed, thinking we got here and then they're losing, right, Greg? And we're like, oh, it's me. Yep, it's me. It's what happens.
Yeah, let's go back in the car.
Yeah, let's get
No,
back. Yeah.
it's not you. You know who it is? It's the goddamn media and the fan base in this town.
What, that?
The reason that they were losing by the time you got
yeah,
home.
yeah, we'll get into
and I'm
that.
fired up about that.
No, listen,
I got a bone to pick with some people.
I got bones to pick with a lot of people. I'm
coming in hot.
Yeah, I know. We talked about 2 Egg McMuffins earlier. We'll get into that later.
By the way, I was on the phone when he ordered them.
Yeah.
It's legit. He ordered them. I was on the phone when it happened.
Cheese with it? Cheese?
Oh, yeah, no question.
Okay.
Sausage, egg, and cheese.
Oh,
There ain't hold the cheese.
We're in.
No holding the cheese.
We're in.
But just the way that happened, where it was, like you said, Mike, in the video, where it was, this never happens for us. Matt Bryant's kicking Tampa's still going, got up in the jet stream when they went, because the airport soaked out goddamn close to Raymond James, got up in the jet stream, and it freaking, he might have made that from 98. I mean, literally, against us. And every kicker buries shit against us. And it's like, when will we bury one? Like, please, for once, let it be us.
Yeah.
And the way things have gone in our favor against the Giants and to get them 0-2 in the division and go 2-0. It was the Eagles exciting it, and it wasn't even close for me.
Yeah.
But that Penn State game was special.
The only thing that would have been better is if it would have been at the Meadowlands, because then it could have been like Miracle at the Meadowlands Part 4.
Part 7.
Part 7.
So we got Doug Zeke chiming in on the
that's
book.
funny.
Where Spielman thought he was a Speedo in an Eagles jersey this week. I don't know. Somebody was hiding around this week.
I got some comments on the YouTube chat from Todd Womack.
What up, Todd?
Todd.
Says Penn State is the truth. I love both, but the Eagles game is the one I got to go with. And I'd give two first rounders for Barkley.
Suck for Saquon.
Yeah, shit. What else do you want? What else do you want?
Blow it for Barkley.
So let's get into this, right? Let's get into Eagles Giants.
Yeah, let's go Birds.
All right, and did Doug deliberately attempt to run the football because of the media, because of the fan base? Getting to that, I know Mike has an opinion on that. So go into that part of it, and I'll get into my Doug situation, and we'll cruise around the table on our feelings of Doug.
All
Okay,
right.
because let's see what actually smart freaking football guys have to say about Doug Pederson, right? Because I actually played a little bit of football. All right, so I know how it translates in locker rooms and shit like this. But go ahead, sir, and we'll get into it. Not people you order fucking Egg McMuffins from. And I apologize for the language, but some things just need to come out with a little
You need to have a little emphasis.
Little heat.
Well, no, I mean, the thing that I'm pissed about, quite honestly, is for 3 quarters, that was one of the most goddamn boring football games I've ever seen, okay? Because the Eagles, through, I'll call it peer pressure, whether it was peer pressure from internal sources, whether it be LeGarrette Blount or Deuce Staley or, Zach Ertz or whoever wanted to open their mouths last week and say that they needed to run the ball more. Or the media questioning him all week about the run-pass balance.
No agenda radio.
Or the fan base who, wants to scream every 30 seconds, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Okay, so you look at the numbers from last week. They go 39 carries for 193 yards, I believe it was. So, I mean, it's a huge average.
Yeah,
it's
take out Wentz's 6. Take out Wentz's 6. It was 33 to 31 ratio.
Right, so
run the pass.
The ratio. Yeah. Ratio's not bad, and there's a couple sacks in there, so you figure that the amount of dropbacks to runs is almost exactly 50-50. But that Giants team was ripe for the picking, and Doug played it so goddamn conservatively because he was so worried about running the ball that if he would have gone with a 60-40 or 65-35 split, by the time you guys got home from that game, the Birds would have been winning that game 31-14.
Let's see, this is where I disagree with you to a point on that he ran it because of the media. When I look at this matchup this week, I think he ran a little right. Maybe 33 was a lot for this kind of offense. But when you look at the Giants and now Jenkins is playing, if Jenkins isn't playing, I think that the matchup you're looking to go at is Eli Apple all day, put him against your best guy, and expose their secondary. But as soon as Jenkins is playing, that secondary is real good. So I think he's thinking like, you know what, to a point, maybe it is part in his brain like we got to pound a little bit because that's all we're hearing about. But I almost think that was part of the game plan going in. No, Jenkins is playing that. We got to run the ball, control the clock. Something that they're the best in the league with.
Right.
At time of possession. Nobody's better in time of possession than the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFL.
But they've been the best at time of possession for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Still throwing the ball.
Still throwing the ball.
And I don't disagree with what you're saying, but my argument then the second piece of this is last year you used the number 2 overall draft pick not on a running back but on a franchise quarterback. Your big free agent signing this offseason wasn't a running back, it was a goddamn number 1 receiver. So if you have a number 1 receiver and a franchise quarterback and the guys that you have to hand the ball to are LeGarrette Blount, Wendell Smallwood, Corey Clement, and now no longer Darren Sproles, put the damn ball in the air. I mean, you look at the way that the Giants came back in that game. They couldn't run the ball. They had 33 yards rushing. But what did they do? 3-step drops, 5-yard slants that turned into 15-yard gains all day long.
Well, what did I say? What did I say from jump before week 1 even started when poor articles came out, poor reporting came out about Doug's job on the line and the other bullshit that people put out, right? What did I say from day 1? That's not helpful. That's not helpful to get to the next level, right? So, I completely agree with you that, to Mike's point, which I don't disagree with at all, if it is outside pressure, that gets on these guys where, oh, man, we got to start running the ball to please people, and people still aren't pleased. But, again, like I said, this is a football guy. And there ain't a bigger tree. And somebody find me a bigger tree. When we talk about Andy Oak tree, right? This is bigger than enough. I mean, it's a big tree. Think about the guys he's been around with. Not only coaching, right? But we went to Marina Shore. Okay, but you go to Green Bay. The amount of coaches on that staff, the amount of great goddamn football minds on that staff in Green Bay, and you're the backup to Brett Favre, right? And you got Andy Holmgren, Gruden. The list goes on. I mean, really, the list goes on.
We'll go all the way to the top of the tree. Bill Walsh.
Okay? I mean, just the guys this guy's been around, and then comes to Philly, Andy, Donovan. You know, you're going to pick up a lot. And anybody that thinks that you won't is a flat-out moron. Stop watching football. Just put it down. This guy translates to his players. I don't care how he talks to the freaking media. Why do we worry about all that stuff? Worry about how he treats his players, and do the players get it done late in games shows you that something works inside. That didn't work 2 years ago when we had a coach that wasn't a football guy. People didn't want him anymore. He didn't talk to guys in the locker room. All this garbage, right, that this guy didn't do. And we have a guy who actually treats players like football players. He's been around so many great minds. And we're talking anything about fire. There's a Facebook page dedicated to fire and Doug Pederson, and 80,000 of you morons like it. You know 80,000 like it? Stop it. Just stop watching. I don't even want you part of my fan base because you're flat-out morons and have no clue. And you're the reason we're not on Broad and Patterson because of the outside pressure that we give this organization, never allowing time for anything. Never. Go on, gentlemen.
Testify.
Man, that's so
Jeremy,
true.
go ahead.
I mean, he's more than qualified. More than qualified. You said it right there. I mean, he gives those guys the fire in the locker room every single Sunday to come out and just do what they have to do. Okay? Last year, we were in the same boat. We didn't have the weapons. Like I tell guys on my sports page, Enough Said Sports, check it out on Facebook.
Whoa. Did you tell him he could do a plug?
Of course he can.
All right. We'll let you slide.
Where's the guy? Plug away.
Good guys, you know, they all follow the page about 4 years now. But getting back to it, you know, we didn't have last year with the weapons. Now we have the weapons. Doug is the kind of guy that he'll sit on the sideline, talk to a guy and say, listen, what can we do to get you open? What can we do to make you better? What can we do to make you progress and win games and want to come out here and just be a workhorse? We had Blunt going in there. We had him running the ball. They were bitching about him not running the ball last week and all this stuff like that. We were plugging down there. Every time we got down there, we were throwing the ball here, there, left, and right. He was actually coaching. And you know, the one play when him and Wentz, you know, they kind of just blamed it on Doug and said, okay, he went for it on fourth down. It's up to Wentz and Doug. People don't realize that. I play football. I know. They have a discussion. I'm sure he goes to Wentz and says, okay, well, what do you think we should do here? He says, I think we should go for it. Because they're feeling that confident in their offense, and that's what I love about the Philadelphia Eagles right now.
And Jeremy, to your point, right? You know, everybody around here was like, oh, he should give up play calling duties to Frank Reich. He should give up this to this guy, right? So now I'm listening to people when he gives up the running backs to Deuce Staley, right? And he says, you put him in. You handle the running backs rotation, right? And he gives it to people. And then I hear people bitch and moan, right, that why does he give it to Deuce? I heard Mike Missinelli on the freaking Fanatic, okay, who's becoming a moron and a Doug hater, heard him literally come out and say, well, why would you let Deuce handle that? You're the head coach. You're the same guy. You're the same guy who says give up your play calling. Dude, you're the one whose job's always going to be on the line. So if I'm a head coach, I'm calling the goddamn plays all day, every day.
So,
go ahead, Greg. I'm sorry.
No.
And I got to read the comments, too. We got comments coming in as well. After you go ahead.
But 2 weeks, it was game plan to throw the ball. So now, as you mentioned, it's game plan maybe to run the ball. And now that's a bad game plan? You know, now we're running too much?
No.
Okay. And
Well, he doesn't think so. I do, but go ahead.
No, I mean, I think the game depends. Ebb and flow.
I think there's a bigger story. If we dominated the game as much as we did, and the game was still that close, doesn't that kind of tell you that maybe their game plan was wrong? And maybe that something else was going wrong. Maybe he wasn't putting the guys in the right position. There's every tree, as you allude to, does every tree produce great fruit all the time?
Who said they do?
Well, if we're going off the tree,
you're playing a team desperate for a win.
You're absolutely right.
A real good defense. This is a playoff team from last year. Okay, with everybody back. Right?
Yeah.
But we win a football game, and now we're picky. Well, Zeke's saying, if all this is right, we should be blowing teams out. Why? It's the NFL. It ain't Pee Wee football.
Yeah, but if
no.
you
we don't
dominate
know
the game. You dominated the game.
But you came out with the win.
All right.
You lost the middle of your defense in that football game, Greg. So who's that? So he's got to coach up some Bo Allen. Stop it. Bo Allen ain't Fletcher
He's on
Cox.
his team.
Okay, but he ain't Fletcher. Come on.
I know he's.
I'm
I'm not saying he's Fletcher Cox.
Okay, we don't have.
I'm not.
Jordan Hicks is a Pro Bowl caliber
Yes,
middle
he
linebacker.
is.
Whoever's in behind him isn't going to be as good.
You're absolutely
Rodney
right.
McLeod.
That's why he should be on the
Rodney
outside,
McLeod.
so he's not getting hurt
Rodney
by the
McLeod
inside
not in.
lineman.
Rodney McLeod not in.
All right.
So that's on the coach.
He's got to put these guys in a position.
Oh man, come on.
That's the coach's job.
The position was put in. We won.
Okay,
we
that's
won.
great. But then, to Mike's point, real fast, how all this outside pressure. So we have a head coach devising a game plan that can't handle questions and can't handle outside pressure.
Oh, no. I'm not saying he can't handle it, but what I'm saying is
Because that's what you alluded that you're
blaming
blaming everybody else
and I did
for
allude,
Doug.
And I did allude to it because here's the thing. What you got to understand is whether it's, I mean, Doug could tell you from now until January that he doesn't care what the fan base thinks. But I guarantee you that there's people in that building that are feeding him, we need to run this, we need to run that, we need to do this, we need to do that. And he can't just go completely against his entire coaching staff. So do I think it's...
He's the head coach. He makes the game plan.
I understand it.
Guys, we dominated.
He doesn't make the entire game plan. He's got an offensive defensive coordinator.
Guys, we dominated time and possession. We dominated the football game. We came out with a win, and we're bitching about what he should have did more or less of. I mean, at the end of the day, that was the game plan to go in, was to pound the football. I don't think it was outside reasoning. I think it was because, hey, Janoris Jenkins and Landon Collins are flat-out problem. Okay, that's why. So I'm going to attack it. I'm going to attack it with a good offensive line. I got fresh backs. Let's go to work. And it's a different game plan. I said it right here, week 2 against Kansas City.
Absolutely.
That's a throw day. That's a throw all day day. So I don't necessarily disagree with you that there's not people coming up there and telling him that. I just think this week they were built to run it. Okay, they didn't capitalize in the red zone. They had missed field goals. Okay, so all that plays in. Right? Guys get injured defensively. I understand next guy up. But at the end of the day, right, like he said in the locker room to his players, you start believing, right, and you start getting it done late in games. And things start going your way. That's what good football teams do. What separates a playoff team is inches, Daddy. Like from the middle back to a playoff team is inches throughout the season. It's inches. That's all it is. Like, look at all the scores in the National Football League. This ain't Pee Wee. This ain't Madden 18. This is real life. So all I care about at the end of the day, all that satisfies me is what is the win-loss record, right, when I check it. That's all that satisfies me. And if the guy translates to his players, that's what satisfies me. He's a football guy. So anybody, listen, with all due respect to all of us, nobody on this couch knows more than Doug Pederson.
That's true.
That's facts. That's facts. That's fact.
Well, here's my problem.
Maybe me. I'm sorry.
But Tommy, here's my problem with the whole thing, though. You're up 14-0 at the end of the third quarter. Yeah, I mean, you're up 14-0 in the third quarter. Getting towards the end of the third quarter. You're now down Fletcher Cox, Darren Sproles, Jordan Hicks. You're already without Rodney McLeod and Ronald Darby. And you've got this team on the ropes, but you take your foot off the gas, and then all of a sudden you got to scratch and claw to pull out a win in the last second.
Guy Carey chiming in on Facebook. Who's that? All right. Guy Carey cannot go for 4th and 8 in that situation. Well, Guy, right, you have a team on the ropes, okay, 7-0. You got a chance to put the nail in the coffin, right? Their analytics, their guys who handle this say this is the right situation, right? Carson Wentz didn't make the right read on the play. Guy was wide open. Okay, it would have worked. Then you're a legend, all right? He said from day one in his pressers, I'm going to be aggressive, all right? So he stood by what he told us. So respect the man that he has confidence from day one, from before the season started in OTAs, saying that he compared this roster to Green Bay rosters. Why? Boost the confidence. I said from day one it was going to translate.
You have to.
Mike knows when we talked about AM to PM before we got hired, when his name first surfaced, right?
Yep.
That we talked about it. And we both agreed that this was a real good hire. We both agreed on it. There
were other guys that we wanted, but neither of us hated Doug at all.
No, we thought it was a good hire. So, guy, I don't buy into one play makes him stupid or clueless. That narrative doesn't play for me. It doesn't play.
And can we rewind this for a second? Because I want to go back to last week, because there was a point that we all agreed on was Carson holding the ball too long.
Yeah.
That 4th and 8, he's got Nelson Agholor wide open 12 yards down the field. He held the ball too long.
And
he got sacked.
And that's kid stuff, right? Let me get to a lot more of these. Sam Nelson. Doug, what up, Sam? Doug has been surrounded by greatness his whole career. Stop judging after only 19 damn games.
Thank
Us
you.
as fans sometimes get poisoned by the media. No agenda radio, Daddy. Daniel Bakley. What up, Dan? Week 1 and 2, we complained that we didn't run the ball. Now we do and win, and the fans find someone else to complain about. Right? Agreed. Completely agree. Just looking, hunting for things. Dan, again, I disagree because it's the first half. We have plenty of time if we don't get it to come back from failing if we did. I think about going for it in that situation. Guy comes back, true, but too early in the game. But I don't buy early. I buy your defense is playing great football. They ain't moving the ball on you. You're up 7-0. Hammer. Be the aggressor.
I'd rather go
be the aggressor.
I'd rather go for 4th and 8 at that point in the game than with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, be the aggressor there.
I don't have a problem with the call.
I'm not saying I love it, but okay, you can look back on anything. If you missed the 61er, people are going to come out and say, "Oh, you should have thrown a Hail Mary," because that's going to freaking work. Come on.
No, I mean,
Alshon, the Madden guys, just throw it up to Alshon.
Yeah,
make him run down.
Todd Womack chimed in again. He goes, "Hey, the defense did a great job for all the losses they had, and the Giants were trying to run a Chip Kelly pace on us." Take that name out of your mouth, Todd.
Well, that's what happens.
Oh, that's exactly what happened.
Doug Zeke, you also don't give the Giants life. You are ridiculous. Well, no, you are, because you're full of hate. I mean, after a win, the first thing you came out and said, Zeke, was hatred. You had poison in your veins, Daddy. I mean, you got to wake up.
But I think you have blinders on. And I'm not blinders, okay?
Whoa.
Just hold on.
Hold on.
You said the B word. Said the B word.
Not blinders, but you want this to work. Because you're right. In your thought process, a good quarterback and a good coach are hand in hand. So you want this to work. So you're obviously going to find every reason to back Doug and to make this work.
Okay, my reasons are basic, but go ahead.
Okay.
I didn't go jump freaking picking up rocks and diving under looking for reasons.
And I'm not saying
we're not making excuses for Ben McAdoo here.
He's probably the only coach I don't want. Right? Doug Pederson, I looked at, was probably about the 4th guy that they were able to get to that they wanted.
Okay, but what does that matter?
Everyone's like, 19 games, you can't judge them. Well, what if you can, right? What if this is the pattern that goes on, that he just doesn't know how to call a game? He didn't call it Andy. You think Andy gave up play calling duties? Andy called the plays.
Okay.
The only time he's ever called and run an offense. Can I finish real fast?
Please.
The only time he's ever called and run an offense was in high school, when he was coaching high school in Louisiana before he got the call back to come to the Eagles.
Who said anything about that? Have I praised his game calling? Have I praised it?
No.
Have I flat out said every play's the right call?
No.
Okay? It's okay to give Carson passes because he's young, but it's not okay to do the same thing for your head coach? No, really, because I'll wait.
Am I calling him to be fired? No, because I know he's going to be here. But would I lose sleep?
But to say that I don't dive under rocks looking for reasons, these are basic, real, factual reasons on why this guy's a football guy, and I believe that it's going to work because I believe he's smart. Okay. I really do. That's the reason.
I believe that he's not.
Okay, and that's fine. And I completely disagree with you.
Then that's fine. I disagree with you.
Yeah, because, find a bigger tree.
But not every tree produces great fruit.
Well, this is good fruit.
There's going to be a tree. There's going to be a piece of that fruit that's going to be bad.
So listen, how do players play for this guy? Is that good fruit play?
So far.
Oh, so why would you judge?
I'm not saying no.
But it's not okay over a small sample size to say he is doing a good job, right? You can't have both.
Dude, he was what, 6 and what was the record last year?
What, a rookie quarterback? I mean,
okay.
Are you kidding me?
Well, can I ask you guys a question though?
At that, yeah.
I mean, if we want to go back and we want to talk about this tree, what other coach that came off of this tree did we hear all this same stuff about? Say, I know I'm going to get the year wrong, but I'm going to go back 15 years. He's in a booth now, and everybody loves him. Was the offensive coordinator for the Birds. Was the first time anybody in this town ever heard of him. Grudolph.
Yeah.
Everybody said the same shit about Gruden.
We all did.
Okay.
Everybody thought he was a great offensive coordinator, but he was going to be a horrible head coach. And his first year as a head coach was up, down, up, down, up, down. And then what happened?
Inconsistent.
He got Super Bowls. And now everybody thinks Grudolph is like the savior.
But he got a Super Bowl on someone else's team. It was like the Phillies win the Super Bowl with Ed Wade's built team. Because Ed Wade built that team.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as much as we drove Ed Wade out of the building, He built that team.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Pat
say-
Gillett came in and just said, "Thanks, Ed.
I'm
appreciate it."
I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
So, I mean, I like Gruden. I don't think he's the savior of a head coach, but I think he won with the guy previous his team.
Okay, but listen, your judgment on him because I make an argument that a guy's been around so much greatness in his career is going to translate for him, and you never agree with that argument.
But he's never called plays before now.
Okay, Daniel Baker says Pederson called the first half of games last year in KC, and Reed stepped in an occasion in the second half.
And he did.
Because they were bad. He lost. He single-handedly lost that playoff game because he had the second half of the game.
Oh my goodness!
I think Greg said in a typical Philadelphia sports fan, they want more from him from a coach, and I think that there's no getting past it because even if we lose games, win games, end up becoming 8-8, we win the Super Bowl. That still might not be enough for
some people.
He's not proven to me. And he's just
not
proven.
What else? Who would you rather see there? Like,
okay, with Belichick proving his first time?
Exactly.
Well, no,
Belichick
Belichick
see in that spot. Like,
but
when
my
he came
point
back.
is, okay, come on though, Greg. I mean,
I understand it's his first year head coach.
No really great coach, no Hall of Fame coach, and I'm not saying he is, right? No Hall of Fame coach, never had a starting point. Where there wasn't, you know what I mean? Come on.
No, you're absolutely right.
You're absolutely right. That narrative's horrendous. That's not a good narrative.
But to crown him and make it that anybody who disagrees with Doug Pederson should never watch football again, well, then I'll take my headset off.
No, when I say you call a guy clueless because of one play, that's not fair. That doesn't play. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Well, that's what I'm saying. When you call a guy clueless, right, they're the people who are egging McMuffins from. When you use the word clueless. Clueless ain't the right word.
All right.
If you want to say you disagree, not the right play call, could have did a better thing. When guys want to stand on a pedestal and call clueless, when 80,000 jabrones want to create a Facebook page, fire Doug, you tell me I'm in the wrong.
I never said you were.
Okay.
But just because they think that doesn't mean they're wrong. Just because I think that, I'm a moron?
No.
I'm a moron.
No, well, you don't have, okay. Did you call him clueless for 4th and 8?
I didn't see the play.
So where are you going with this?
Look, here's the thing.
Maybe you are a moron.
I am. So here we go. Here's the
Maybe I am. Maybe I am.
But here's the thing. Like,
here you go right back.
With Greg, because I will give Greg all the credit in the world because he at least he thinks this through and he makes a logical argument. You're not what I will call a blowhard. The guys that are going to sit there and say, screw Andy, screw Chip, screw Doug, and it doesn't matter how good or bad they are. Yeah. They just always have a problem with the coach.
Like Brian,
that's not you, and I appreciate that about you.
Right.
Your argument is based in theory, and I get that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're a moron or an idiot, but I'm going to tell you that I disagree with you.
That's fine.
And that's fine. I mean, we can do that.
Welcome to Agree Disagree.
Welcome to A2D Radio. That's what we do.
Brian Addard, the good man in the gray shirt. I apologize. I don't know your name. It's Greg. Is killing it right now, nailing it. No, well, that's because you're right side. I mean, you're the right side of the Doug thing, Brian. So of course you're going to agree with him. This is the thing I'm talking about. There's never a middle area with the hatred, and I'm not saying you're just hatred, but I feel like some guys hate the guy, and it's like, hate what?
Well, can I base where this comes from for me?
Go
at
ahead.
least, right? So.
He wasn't clueless on a 4th and 8. You to call a guy clueless. This ain't the bad call. You don't like it. Come on, guy. It's not clueless.
So let's go back to the hiring process real fast. Right?
Fired up.
All right. So they said they had a list of 10 guys, and they only had access to about 4 or 5. So obviously Deuce and Shermer, where you're in hand, they never had a chance.
So stuck on the hiring.
No, let him go.
No, I'm letting him go.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying you're stuck on the hiring process. Go ahead.
You're right, because he still hasn't proven me wrong.
Okay, name
proves me right.
Okay, give me a better coach.
So Adam Gase, they had him in the interview.
That's doing well. That did well. Lose 20-0 to the Jets.
Okay.
Stop it. Go fire yourself.
Okay, thank you.
Fire yourself.
They had him in the NovaCare complex for 8 hours.
Okay.
He left. He wanted control of the 53, and that's why he didn't come back to Philly. Miami ended up hiring.
Right, but that's the thing. Right there, stop. They got rid of Chip because Chip wouldn't give up control of the 53.
Okay.
So you have to know going in that if you're going to interview for this job, it's not coming with control of the roster.
Okay.
So the
That's
Adam
fine.
Gase argument is
okay.
That's moot.
20 Jets make it mute too.
Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, you got.
And at the time, all right. So McAdoo. Thank God we can just end that right there. But the reason the Giants stepped in and jumped ahead of them is because they saw the interest from the Eagles.
Yeah, of course. When you're
Tom
around,
Coughlin, of course.
when you're around
those
Rodgers,
times.
things go well.
And then Doug comes in. Doug interviewed. They let him walk out. They were going to hire McAdoo, Coughlin, until they realized Coughlin would have had to hire a whole staff.
Or they realized that, you know what? That's our guy, though.
Okay.
or they realize
then that's
I'm
your
just saying.
call. I say that's my fourth fallback, and we can spin this as this is Mini Andy.
Sure.
And
So
then we get our football guy back that he just might not be.
So it's a trap coach in your eyes, right? Like a trap game. I mean, that's how you're sort of saying this because when he was chosen, it translates. Stop it. The translation doesn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, you're diving too deep. You are rock diving.
Okay.
And I love you to death, but you're rock diving.
Right.
I mean, you really are.
Okay.
I mean, did you write that down?
I did.
Really? Did you, Doug?
I did.
You went deep. You went deep.
Yeah, because I know I had to. to prove my point.
Look, here's the thing. When going through that whole entire hiring
That's good
process.
stuff, though. I mean, he's right there, but go ahead.
No, I mean there was the only guy that I think that they had in house that fit all the criteria that I would have wanted was actually Shermer. I thought when he took over that last game, when Chip was gone and they played their asses off for him, and to a man, every guy in that locker room talked about how much they loved him, and he was ready for another head coaching opportunity. To me, he's another one of these guys who had it the first time, and he wasn't ready. But he got himself back into the coaching cycle, became a coordinator, worked his way back up the ladder, and to me, he was ready. So would I have loved Shermer? Yeah, absolutely. But when the whole thing came back around to Doug, I mean, we talked about this probably 2 or 3 weeks in a row on this show, that everybody has to remember that Andy, for however many years, was Jeff's security blanket. No matter who the GM was, no matter who the president was, no matter who was in the scouting department, no matter what players were on the field, Andy was the security blanket. And Jeff was so scorned by the whole Chip Kelly situation that, frankly, he wanted some semblance of his security blanket back. He knew that he couldn't have Andy, but he could have somebody from Andy's tree. So he figures, we're going to give this guy the contract, and we're going to bring this thing back to normal. And we're going to see how this goes. And he's got a 4-year deal. So if at the end of 4 years, or actually 3 years, because no coach ever goes into their last year, they either get extended or they get fired. But we're going to give him 3 years, and we're going to see how it builds for 3 years. And if at the end of 3 years, it's not going the way we want it to go, we'll do this whole thing all over again. But if the team is moving in the right direction with the personnel people I put in place and the coaching staff that Doug builds, you got no reason to pull up. So do I think there may have been some flaws in the hiring process? Yeah, I absolutely do. But given everything that was going on here at the time, do I have any issue with the hiring at all? No, I don't. And I don't think, and I'll go back to the comment earlier, after 19 games, I don't think we're anywhere even close to being able to make a decision on this guy.
Yeah, I think you got to give it, I hate saying give it time, but you do. And listen, I understand what you're saying. And, Brian out there saying that Laurie wanted a good soldier and playing that route. And guess what, guys? If that's the way you want to dive into it, and that's the way your agenda is from Jump Street, guess what? You're never going to have a good taste in your mouth.
Never.
Right? So if you're it's already from the beginning saying, well, fourth hire or good soldier, is that coming in the right way, though? Really? Is that?
But so I'm not a good fan. I don't know football.
Who said that?
No. But just all right. I don't know football.
So you take that comment the wrong way, man.
But I question.
Who said question? I said clueless. Let's go again.
Okay.
I mean, I'll say it on the air a million times.
No.
I said when somebody calls this guy clueless.
No, but you said when I come into the start as already not liking the hire because I didn't like the hire, that I no longer that I can't be turned. That me being closed to him and me being critical of him means that I can never get over that.
Maybe not.
Right, but here's the thing. You can be critical of the hire, and you could be closed to the idea of him at the hiring point. But once he's in, you kind of have no choice but to open up.
He's there.
Okay.
But he still hasn't proven it to me that he should still be here longer than he's supposed to be.
Okay. But flip that. Has he proven to anybody that he doesn't need to be here or doesn't deserve to be here? You're looking at it. You're looking at the glass half empty. I'm looking at it half full.
Okay.
We like liquid, Greg.
I love
liquid. I know you do too. And listen,
I like mine with a little shot of something in it. But hey,
listen, I know you're not clueless. Okay? Like,
I am.
I'm sure
No,
the guy,
you're not.
I'm sure the guy Brian's not clueless. The guys who are clueless are the guys that pick apart plays and then combine it with he's a moron, he's clueless, and use them words over a few plays. But then the good ones, they're not willing to give credit for. They're the morons. They're the people that I don't think should watch football. If you can't get over and say, that's actually a good play call, when you only see it one-sided, that's bad. I see it both sides. I never said 4th and 8's a good call. I just said, okay, I see what you're doing. You're going to be the aggressor. I have no problem. Let me read off some of these. William White said, Greg is clueless.
Cool.
Ah,
There you
stop
go.
it.
Here's my headset. Come on. Come take the show. Go ahead.
Pop Montanez, what up, fella?
What up, Pop?
What up,
What up?
Pop? Doug Zeke saying, I've made my decision because Zeke's on your side. And,
Yeah.
and there's guys in both corners. Sean Spewing, Doug did what you guys whined about last week, and it worked. Ran the ball. How'd that work? Eagles fans, shut the F up about Doug. He's your coach. Couldn't agree more. That's an outsider just keeping it real. We're about leader of real talk. Daniel Bakley. Is that bad that he will fall in line within a management line compared to challenging every little thing, and he will just focus on coaching and running the team, which Chip didn't do?
Good point.
Great point.
Great point.
Great point. Sam Nelson, this is another one. Question, do we win Sunday if Chip Kelly's the head coach?
Nope.
You can't say that.
Well, here, okay.
can't say that
you're
because
right.
you don't-
You're right. You can't say that. But what I can say is, if you did win, you won a shootout. You
Which
absolutely.
is what you
Right.
said we
Which
were
is
going to do.
what I said we were gonna
and
do
I said we
anyway.
were going to do.
Yeah. Great. It's a great way to put it, though. It is.
Now, Doug Z said he's definitely leaning more towards not being here. Like, he just doesn't think anything he does is good. And that's fine if that's the direction that you want to go. And that's how you want to picture 19 games or an early start into both our rookie quarterback and head coach's career. If people can't buy in that these two have to work together, both of them, and all it takes is one of them to be special and both can work. Okay? So, yeah, I'm going to buy in to both of them right now. I'm going to believe in both of them until I see a really good reason not to. And I haven't seen that really legit reason to not believe in either one of them. Carson has flashes. So does Doug.
Yeah.
There are plays to be made in Kansas City that guys didn't make. And that's a win. We're talking about a 3-0 football team, possibly.
Well, and the bottom line here is, if the kid doesn't miss a 32-yarder and Zach Ertz doesn't fumble the ball at midfield, you're probably not looking at a last-second field goal. But let me ask you a question.
Yeah, shoot. And then I'll get to Vinny's in a minute
So-
here, too. Vinny's got a great one.
Take the show for a minute. Who calls the plays?
Doug.
No, this show. Who calls the plays?
Like, who sends the email?
No. Who, when we're on the air right now, who calls the plays?
Oh, I'm like Penny Hardaway before the injury.
Yeah. So you're Doug. You're Doug. You're calling the plays.
Yeah, sure.
But how many times do you get something in your headset that says, "Hey Tom, maybe we should talk about this," or a text or an email or something?
All the time. Look at the chat.
So the point I'm making here is, even though Doug is technically the guy who's calling the plays, he's got Frank Reich and Deuce Staley both with headsets on. And not only are these guys listening to the play calls and getting personnel groups in, but they're also chirping in Doug's ear. Doug,
That's no saying.
Doug,
that,
you
but
keep
great point.
pounding it. Keep pounding it. And maybe he'll call 3, 4, 5 running plays in a row when his natural instinct was, okay, I've run it 3 times to the same side of the line. Now I could go play action and beat them over the top. But I got an offensive coordinator or a running backs coach telling me, keep pounding it.
Correct.
Because why?
I'm not going
to up top.
Yeah,
right,
and I'm not going to. I'm not going to go against my coaching staff.
That's what it is.
So, I mean, and it's not just the Eagles. I mean, this is literally every team in the NFL. That yes, you do have a guy who's calling the plays, but there's always people in their ear telling them what they're feeling, what they're seeing.
Effort. It's a group effort.
And just say real quick, people forget that Carson has a microphone in his helmet. Okay, he's being told these things by guys upstairs all over. The people that paint their picture of Doug are never going to get past that. Never. They're going to say, you know what, I made a bad call. He's a bad coach. That's it. You got to remember that on Sunday, there is 4 or 5 guys talking to each other, and Doug's probably in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, and it might be, and you might not believe it, but it's a fact. Okay?
It is.
He don't make the final call. Yes.
No, he does make the final call.
He does, but when it comes to a 4th and 8 or anything, okay, it's up to the players. If they don't go out there and do it.
Yeah, and it's a group effort. Like, hey,
right.
We have this play. It's going to work in this situation. I know what they're going to run. We, our analytics, our all that stuff. tells us this is a good time to go for it. Okay, fine. And like that's what I'm saying. Like the narrative of clueless doesn't play when people don't know what them analytics are that they get, that these football guys bring out. I'm not saying I'm an analytical guy, but in certain situations, it is the right time to go for it. So if that's what their charts were telling them, and their football guys are telling them, for anybody to go with the narrative you're clueless is a moron.
Right.
That's my point. Not if you don't like Doug, you're a moron. I never said that in the video.
No.
I never said in the video earlier. I didn't say it here. I've kept it pretty clear, and I hope, your feelings are okay.
Yeah, a little bit hurt.
But you know what I mean? And that's not the way I'm going with, and I hope people understand that. Like, we can agree, disagree on Doug. That's fine. All I care about is W's. And as long as we keep getting W's, I'm on the side of Doug Pederson and Carson Wentz in this football team. Right? And it even puts me on the side of Howie Roseman that, okay, yeah, you got an A for an offseason again, but it finally translated. Right? And that's what I'm looking for. That's all I care about. Daniel Bakley, coach, staff is there to assist you. I mean, that's what they're there to do. That's why you put Frank Wright, former quarterbacks.
Gets back to my point. You have to have. It's almost like you're going into a battle with an army. Like everyone's seen Braveheart. I mean, it's a great movie. I mean, you think that Mel Gibson was doing it by himself? No, he had a team of guys working together to get something done, and that's the main thing.
Mel wasn't doing it himself. That's a great one. That's
a
great one.
He's a tough guy, a diehard. But let's be realistic here, guys. Without those guys in his ear talking to him, it's just not going to work. And just be thankful that Doug has that kind of coaching behind him to make these guys better and to make the right call.
And how about this? That he's not a kind of guy where it's like, no, we're not running that. He's not the kind of guy that
he's open. He's
open. I feel like he's open to conversations. He's a football brain, which is why I like him. And he's open to like, hey, do this. Okay, the stretch run that Wendell Smallwood was working in the second half. Okay, if that came from him, somebody else, but they probably all agreed that, hey, we're going to keep running this. He's being patient. He's running it the right way, and we're finding some holes.
Well, and
you know what I mean? It all makes sense.
And if you go back and you look at the last sequence, I mean, it's been noted in a couple different places where they basically said, or Doug basically said, if we get the ball across midfield, what does everybody want to do? And he had one guy tell him he's got to throw the Hail Mary. He had three guys tell him, give the kid a shot. And Donnie Jones walked up to him and said, you got to let him kick it.
Go out and kick it.
And,
trust in your players.
And he thought about it and said, you know what? The worst thing that happens is if he misses, we go to overtime. Go ahead, kid, kick it.
I like it. Vinny Maston, Penn State was more exciting. What up, Vinny? Because that loss would have ended their season like you guys talked about in the championship sense. I think Vinny was at that game, too.
In Iowa, no kidding.
Yeah, it looked like he had a picture up that he was there. And if he was, that's awesome. And this segment brought to you by StreamSmart.com. Use the A2D promo. Get all NHL, NFL, MLB, college football games. What am I missing? NFL. Did I say NFL?
UFC.
Boxing, UFC.
MLB, everything. StreamSmart.com. Vinny will take care of you. He'll drop the link in here. And you guys click on, and I'm telling you, it's great. Get rid of your cable. All you need is the internet. It's a win-win for everybody. Guy Carey, bottom line here, Doug's a hell of a lot better than Chip. Enough said. Well, there we go, Guy. We agree on something, brother. Daniel Bakley, we already went that one. So, yeah, we did cover it, but that's fine, Vinny. He asked if we covered it or not. Doug, Zeke, what's better, Doug or our talent?
That's a great question.
Talent.
That's a good one.
Well, better be the talent.
I would say talent. I would say talent, yeah, because like we were the whole point of this whole thing. I mean, you got to give Doug more time. I mean, if we were talking about Doug 3 years, 4 years into coaching, then it'd be a different kind of argument. But like I said before, talent right now is what needs to stand out.
Okay, fair point. But here's the thing: you could have the fastest car on the track, but if your driver sucks, you're not going to win the race, and you're probably going to crash the car.
Okay, so what guys?
So is it the apple making the pie or the crust making the pie or the baker making the pie?
It's talent.
It's
easy.
You gotta have the talent.
Yeah.
But you can have the best ingredients, but if you can't cook, your food's gonna suck.
Yeah, but in my opinion, great talent overcomes. Like Aaron Rodgers overcomes.
Every time.
Like Ben McAdoo wasn't a genius in Green Bay. We know that now, right? Talent overcomes.
You
see it. You say it. I mean, it's clear as day. If he's an average head coach and his quarterback's a stud pup, which we think he'll be, there's no question it's going to work. Yep. There's no question it's easy. So, Vinny Maston, talent, no doubt.
No, wait, hold on. Let's back up a second, though. So we want to say talent overcomes. And isn't that team up the turnpike with Odell Beckham Jr. 0-3?
Yeah, but guess what? Their quarterbacks show up themselves. Their offensive line flat out stinks, and that's why they're 0-3. They can't protect their quarterback.
He's
That's
right.
why they're 0-3.
Eli's up and down, is he not?
So they don't have talent all over their roster. They have a great defense, right, and a great wideout and a Hall of Fame quarterback, but nobody to block to get the ball to the great wideout and protect your Hall of Fame quarterback.
Right, but doesn't every team have holes?
Yeah, but not that big.
Oh, all right, fair
That's
point.
big.
Fair
That's
point.
big.
Fair point.
That's big. Like, I would say, like, teams have holes, wide receivers, things that you can overcome to a point. You can't overcome if you can't protect.
Hey, look, I'm just
Like
asking.
Minnesota.
I'm just asking the
No,
questions.
like Minnesota. Like Minnesota last year. Like Minnesota went out and got, you know what, all 5 of you, see ya. We're going to go get 5 new ones, and we're starting this over because you didn't work. The Giants said, oh, they went the other approach. Let's another year of working together will help you, and it's not working for them. So the answer to that one, Alex Acacia. What up, Alex? Bro, I'm so sick of Doug gets treated, man. At the end of the day, this team trusts him and plays hard for him. We're winning football games. Just let the man be. Preach, my brother.
Yes, Alex.
Preach,
Love you for that,
my
man.
brother.
Thank you, sir.
Vinny Masterson, in New England, it's the other way around.
No doubt.
And it works, but Doug is no Bill. No question. But guess what? No,
Bill's the GOAT.
Bill's the GOAT, but he's got the GOAT on his team, so that does have that talent.
And
you can never forget
what
that.
is Bill?
But-
What is Bill? He's a player's coach. No matter what you say.
He is a player's coach.
He really is. He really
Not
is.
a media guy, but a player's coach, definitely.
He's only had talent really at one position.
That doesn't matter. That's all that matters. Yeah, but
Because some of those wide receiver
Greg's
cores
right.
were trash.
trash. Remember Deion Branch? Then Seattle gave him a ton of money, and he flat out
And he
stunk.
stunk.
It was terrible.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Terrible.
Deion Branch was a damn Super Bowl MVP,
MVP.
and I hate it.
And he got flat out paid
And, like,
after
And
that.
he was a scrub.
And he stunk.
And they
Even
disappeared.
when they
It's
got
like, where'd he go?
Moss, Moss was a shell of himself
I
at that point.
got a couple comments over here, too. Actually, Rob Povia chiming in from the producer's desk. No running game either for the wee men. Rob, great point there.
Good point, Rob.
Todd Womack, W's are the most important thing. And then we actually had some NBA questions. David Roska, are the Cavs the favorite for the NBA
Nah.
Finals now that they have
Stop it.
D-Wade?
No.
Eric R. then chimes in, hell no.
I just
Wade,
fell
Rose, and
asleep.
Thomas may not finish the season healthy, all through defensive
Yo,
liabilities.
you would think Derrick Rose is 38 years old and he's 28. I mean, really.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
It seems like he's falling apart every year.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
the
every year
oldest
something-
28-year-old on the face of the earth.
Guy could be in a retirement
Well,
community
he's
right
got
now.
70-year-old knees.
Yeah.
Is he playing in China now? I mean, come on. It's bad. It's bad. It's a shame.
It is. And now he's with
a
the
shame.
Cavs. He's with the Cavs somehow.
I mean, I haven't seen him, but I know he's with the Cavs.
he should go to China with Stephon and maybe get a statue built of himself. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Guy did it right.
The Starburst.
Stefan's he's a god over
They're
there.
still $5.
The man is a god over there. He really is.
Tony Bradley, not sure if he brought this up, but the fourth quarter breakdowns have been more than concerning. You got the dub, though. Like, you think it's ebb and flow of a football game, right? I mean, teams are going to make a run. At the end of the day, games are going to be close. Do you overcome and get it done at the end? Right? We got it done. Nobody talked about Carson's ball to Alshon, and that's a big-time chemistry ball.
That's a big
And
time
catch right there.
throw.
That
is
was
what it
huge.
was.
Yeah, no, both. And
Great catch, great throw.
But Alshon coming back to that football, that's the chemistry they need to
Yeah.
build together. People think it's not Madden. Like, they got to play together at number one wide receiver and your quarterback. It takes time. Is he going to back shoulder throw in this situation?
But you're
you know what I mean? All them things.
Gets his feet down, gets out of balance.
Right.
Gets
Yeah.
one second on the clock. I mean, come on.
But nobody talks about the rookie, the second-year quarterback showing mocks and what he's got on, what he's got between his legs, and making a big-time throw in a big-time spot to even give us that situation,
Well,
chance to win the game.
But that comment, though, I mean, you can address that, though, because if you look at the Washington game, their defense stepped up in the fourth quarter. The Kansas City game, they tried to fight, but they're going against, quite honestly, better talent. I mean, you're going against Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelce, and Tyreek Hill. I mean, the talent level at that point in that game was better than what you had on your side of the ball.
Absolutely.
Against the Giants, I mean, it's 110 on the field, and I understand the concept of next man up, but you've lost Fletcher Cox, Jordan Hicks, I mean, from that game. So you're now, not only are you now down your two best defenders, but you're shorthanded on the rotation. So you're down Cox, you're down Hicks, you're already playing with your third and fourth corners and your fourth safety. So, I mean, and I had sat here on the show last week and said that the Eagles were going to give up scores in the fourth quarter. And the key to the game for them was going to be opening up a wide enough cushion to maintain the lead. I mean, I sat here and said 38-28.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if you go back and because I did this last night, if you go back and you look at the line score, as they call it, for that game, it's literally like first quarter, no scoring. Second quarter, Eagles touchdown, 7-0 Philadelphia. Third quarter, Eagles touchdown, 14-0 Philadelphia. And then all of a sudden, fourth quarter rolls around, and it's boom, 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 boom. I mean, all scoring was done in the fourth quarter. Why? Because both teams were worn down, and to me, the better team won because they had the players and the skill to be able to come back and overcome what their defense was giving up. But there's a reason that the defense collapsed, and I don't necessarily see that as being the norm.
No, Mike, I completely agree. It's not the norm. When you lose the middle of your defense, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen at this level.
But I think the way he worded that was very good.
No,
he said alarming.
Yeah, it is. It is concerning. No question.
It wasn't like a shot. It was, hey, this is now 2 games in a row where, yes, there are circumstances.
Right.
As you pointed out, talent, injuries. But it's just 2 games in a row where, yeah, right, yeah. I mean, this is an early season, but there are some signs.
Oh, no question.
That
And I'm
may
not
have to address at some point.
agreed. And I'm not discounting the comment, but I do think that there is a logical explanation behind it. So,
Sure, absolutely.
But Daniel Baker said in the third quarter, that's when your injuries happen.
well, Fletcher Cox only played 17 snaps. He was out early.
Yeah, and then Hicks.
Yeah.
And then Michael Galati. Brandon Marshall was killing in caps the Giants, and that's true too. Yeah. And they can't protect. And yeah, I mean Tony Bradley's comment, I don't completely disagree with it. I think there's things that you can say, and I think if you ask them guys in that room to a man, there's things that we could start doing better in the fourth quarter, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, there's never going to be perfection. And that's what makes our job fun, right? We could be New England, it could be peaches and cream, and Bill's the greatest. But the fact that we have a young head coach, right, and a young quarterback, we can have this talk.
Sure.
This is fun talk. I'll get wound up. I'll call people clueless and a moron and a jackass, and the list goes on. But at the end of the day, call it back.
I'll put my headset down and walk out now.
Guys,
stop with that. Would you stop with that?
Real quick, we got breaking news out of St. Louis.
Okay.
Cubs beat the Cardinals 5-1 to clinch their 3rd straight postseason appearance and the opportunity to defend their World Series championship.
Listen, not enough pitching. They ain't going to get it done.
Nope.
No.
Not enough for
Get
him.
this right. When we go back to the injuries, Hicks wouldn't be injured if he was on the outside if you would have drafted Reuben Foster. Boom.
Boom.
How you like
Good
them
point,
apples?
Greg.
And Michael Kendrick.
Great.
And Michael
Sorry, I just
Kendrick-
had to get that dig in
Michael
there.
Kendrick is playing really good
Oh, he's
football.
playing great.
FYI, I mean, the guy's taking a lot of heat. I've given him a lot of heat. Michael Kendrick's
He's playing
coming to play
great.
football. Got to give him credit.
Well,
That was a joking point, but
No, you're
but
right.
I think Hicks is just he's too small to get beat up by those interior
That's why you need
linemen,
Fletcher.
which is where you need him on the
Well,
That's
outside.
why you need Fletcher.
Well, the truth.
That's where Fletcher
Right,
not
and
being in kills you.
To me, if
Probably why I got hurt.
if I'm Jim Schwartz, there's a part of me that wants to consider moving Hicks to the weak side and trying to slide Nigel Bradham into the middle. I don't want to touch Kendricks. Kendricks is playing out of his mind. I would like to see if he could flip-flop Hicks and Bradham
I just hope he
and
didn't
play
hurt
Bradham
him.
in the middle.
I would like when you draft a guy in the top 15, which tells me you're not a good enough football team at the time, I want to see that guy be a starter. The fact that he's not a starter, Derek Barnett, and you could have went Reuben Foster, who me and Greg wanted, okay, to
Well, a lot of
solidify the middle of your defense,
Yeah.
be able to move Hicks to the outside. Now look at your outside. Hicks, Kendricks, you can flat out move. All right, they didn't. He went Derek Barnett. I'm not saying reach or not, but I need to see the kid on the football field every snap. I don't need to see Vinny Carey just because you're paying him a lot of money. You drafted the guy for a reason. He's got flat out quickness off the edge. Let's see him. This is a good one, right? Mike Galata on Facebook. Eagles need to learn to shut the door and put a team away. They would let the Giants hang around too long.
Oh!
Let me reverse this.
Where did we hear that
That's got to
earlier?
be Mike Galetta. Is that Galetta? It's Galetta, yeah.
Galata?
Yeah.
And right, so Mike, let me reverse it. Not saying you're saying this, but let me take it forward and say that's sort of why you go for it on 4th and 8 and try to put the nail early. Right? So the people who talk about the nail and like not, going for it on 4th and 8, that's a reason to say, well, that is trying to shut the door. So just that argument on the other side would be, they did try to shut the door. They had Agholor open. Like Mike said, 12 yards down the field. Carson admitted he missed it. It happens. Galata. Chargers will give the secondary fits. They need to get Rivers often. Yeah, we need to start to see our front four play well.
Right, but Rivers
Good
also
point,
has
Mike. Good point, Mike.
Rivers also has a penchant of turning it over.
Yep. Yep. But let's. Listen. McLeod's back this week. I assume, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. I think he's definitely coming back.
I know. Hicks.
okay.
I know Hicks is saying he's going to play, and I know Fletcher supposedly is out 2 to 3.
With the calf.
Yeah. Did you guys get that too as well? Fletcher
Well,
out
Fletcher, yeah.
2 to 3 weeks
Yeah.
about.
And what about Barner? Barner's stepping up this week, isn't he? Running back.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Are you going there really? The guy that they just signed off the scrap heap is stepping up.
Yeah, 'cause
he may or may not
All right,
dress.
we'll see
No,
what he does. We'll see what he does. We'll
on.
go
I
back
think-
next week, and then.
I don't think about a step up. I think the guy was brought in for special teams.
Yeah.
And especially punt return.
But he can run the ball. He can definitely run and run the ball.
Yeah, I think he was brought in for special teams though.
He can run the ball.
Punt returns.
Hold on.
You'll see.
Hold on. He can run the ball.
Oh yeah.
If he can run the ball, why hasn't he been on a team? Why is he a free agent if he can run the ball?
He wasn't given a shot.
Exactly. He wasn't given a shot because he can't run the ball. He was here for how long? And he couldn't crack the lineup here with the direct that they had at running back after Shady left.
Listen, at the end
And
of
I'm
the
not
day-
saying I'm not a Barner hater.
I
I'm just
hear you.
saying, don't be the guy that every time the Eagles sign a guy, he's the next great thing. Don't be the Paul Turner lovers, because you gotta understand it. In the NFL, there's going to be guys that get cycled through, and these guys are going to have a role. And I get it. And I'm not picking on you because
No, you're good.
I've heard the same thing about Barner like 3 times already this week, where everybody's like, oh, Barner's coming back. You got to give him the rock 20 times. It's the same people that wanted to give Corey Clement the rock 20 times last week. You know, it's like people just get a clue. Just get a clue one time. Like, these guys are not all pros that they're bringing in. They're guys that are coming in to fill a role.
Listen, I don't really talk about Kenyon Barner anymore.
Right, but
he's
that's
brought
it.
in for a punt return.
Right, but
reason.
that's the thing. I mean,
They need
he's
to
a
shore
special
that up.
teams guy.
They don't have a punt returner.
Well, let's keep it real.
They don't have a punt returner right now.
Well, I disagree with that. I'd give Torrey Smith a shot.
All right, well, you can't catch balls from Carson. I really don't want him back there either. Daniel Barber will return kicks most likely. Mike Galata, but Rivers is way better than an 0-3. Eagles cannot look past that. No question
No
about
question.
that.
But he'll throw it up a bit.
Justin Tassi, what up, Larry? They shut the fucking door when they nailed the 61-yarder. Giants are nothing but bums.
Amen.
Attaboy, Larry.
Thank you.
Vinny Massive, Mike, they are who we thought they were. And
Wait, who is the Birds?
I don't know.
Vinny, who you talking
Yeah,
about?
Vinny,
The Bears?
Brian Adder, the Paul Turner lovers, in quotes, so true. No, it is, and what I think you're just saying is they brought him in for a reason. I mean, he's brought in for a reason to do something on this roster.
Right.
No, it's not to carry the football.
Right.
They like I said, if you have 5, you have too many. I already said that from the jump. If you have 5, you have none.
Yeah.
But now I like what they do, how they rotate these guys in, get fresh backs in, young backs with fresh legs, and then you can break some.
But to your point last week,
he said he's agreeing with you with Barner, Mike.
they do not have a bell cow back, and I don't think any of us are going to argue that point.
Yeah,
it's
Galata
still-
saying Smallwood, Barner, Blunt, Clement. Really? It's a mess.
It is.
It is.
I mean, it is to a point, but I mean, look what people had no faith in Clemens, and last week scored a touchdown. Guys from Rowan, right down the road.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
you got to give him
the rock-
touches. You give him touches.
Wait,
you give him rocks.
oh my God.
He's not. You
Bro,
guys can say whatever you want. It's your opinion. I get it. I get it.
Okay,
you can say whatever you want. Okay,
and that's fine.
If he has more touches, he'll get more time, and he could be that back.
And
That's
you're-
how guys in the NFL get better because people just judge them.
Right, and then you're
you don't get playing time.
and you're entitled to your
You know?
opinion. You're entitled to your opinion.
It's almost like the other thing with Doug Pederson. You're doing that with it's typical right now.
Right, and I get what you're saying, but when you preface it by saying he's from right down the road, he's from Rowan, am I supposed to give a guy 20 touches because he grew up down the road?
The kid can play.
Because he got drafted so high because he's so durable and he can play. I mean,
All right,
I'm fine with the 12 touches he got last week and the touchdown. That's perfect for him.
Okay.
And I'm totally cool with that. But again, it's the Paul Turner complex. You can't say because the guy grew up down the road he deserves 20 touches for your NFL team.
I'm not saying that.
The only one who gets that treatment is Mike Trout.
The guy's an athlete. Okay, so
Okay.
when he can, if he gets more touches, he'll get that. He'll be that running back. I can almost guarantee that I'll mark it right now. Whatever you guys are saying right now, Barner comes in, does something, he runs the ball, scores a touchdown. Then what are you going to say? You're going to say, "Oh, I believe in him now."
No, because it's the same thing every week. It's going to be
These guys are there for a reason.
Right, but
okay?
with these running backs-
Smallwood's stepping up now. Smallwood's getting averaging 5.9 carry now. What was he averaging like nothing before?
right. But that's the thing is that with these
They have to step up because Sproles ain't there. So
okay,
there's
and
choice.
that's fine. But with these running backs, every week it's going to be a different guy, And then what's going to happen when
that can be successful. There's no reason it can't
and
be
that's fine
successful.
because I mean
it takes pressure off Blunt.
That's what Belichick does every week.
That's
Every
what
week
I'm
it's
saying.
a different guy.
I don't have a problem with. Listen, I don't have a problem with either one of you guys are saying. It doesn't matter. They're all going to get a few touches. Deuce is going to rotate them in packages. They're going to get touches. As the offensive line blocks for these young guys, they can break some runs, and that's just factual. But Kenyon Barner's not a guy for me that's going to get touches per se. He's going to be here for a punt return reason. You need a guy that's actually done it before and can do it, and I think he can handle that role. But like you said, there's too many other guys. One's going to get carries, Smallwood, Clement. There you guys are getting carries right now.
There's your three.
And that's it moving forward.
Right, but I mean, and I don't
want to talk about running backs anymore.
Right, but I'm saying I don't have any issue with Clement at all because I do think the guy is talented. But the thing that bothers me about this fan base, and you just kind of bubbled it all up, is it's the same thing with Rasheed Bailey a couple years ago. Oh, he's from Roxborough High and he went to Del Valle. He's got all the talent in the world. Why isn't he on this Eagles roster? You know how many games he's played in the NFL? 1. So we got to get off of this local bias. Now, and I understand that Clement's got talent, and that's fine. Let him, give him his 12 to 15 carries and see what happens.
Guys,
but we got to get off the local bias.
We talked about last week. It's protection. It's pass protection on why he's not going to be an every down back right now. He's a young guy. That's something that's a learning curve for young running backs. Right. Not hitting the hole and going. That's easy. That translates. Yeah. But the packages, learning, how to pick up blocks. That will come over time. So I think we're all in agreement that they're all going to get touches now.
Oh, yeah.
It's all fine. It's all roses. And if I talk about any one of these 3 backs anymore, I might want to shoot myself in the head.
I just don't want to say the wrong thing about them, and then they shit the fan. They shit the fan. So
yeah.
I look stupid. But I got
like Barner stinks and he breaks an 80-yarder, and it's like, But no,
that's all we got. That's all we got.
Yeah, you just go with your gut with these things. But
you got to.
I got one here, too, actually. TTP Ballin. Love the name, by the way.
Yeah, I do. What up, TTP?
Process.
I love having a lot of guys to split carries, but at some point I want an every down back.
No, and I think you need that. We talked about that the other time.
Yep.
Like, at some point, you have to address it and get yourself one in the draft. That's a 3-down guy that's going to be here for the next 6-7 years. I mean, that's what Howie Roseman is yet to address draft-wise. He's tried to go out and get aging running backs. I told guys this all the time, man. Like Garrett Blunt, you want him ready and fresh in cold weather games when it actually separates the great teams and the playoff teams from the rest. That's what separates it. I want him to be fresh. He had the most carries in the NFL last year. He's an older back.
Oh, yeah.
DeMarco Murray took him 1 year of a shell of himself to get back to who he was in Tennessee, to get his legs fresh again. Same thing with LeGarrette. Use him in spots right now. You have 2 young, fresh legs. So I'm okay with all this. Justin Tassi, Chubb from Georgia, love him.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's get away from the backs. Let's do this. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We want score predictions, Eagles, Chargers, player of the game. We'll give you all that. We'll break all the game down for you as well. A 4:05 start this Sunday. It's going to be a great time. Give us your score prediction, chance to win a Visa gift card.
Player of the game.
As well as a signed wiffle ball.
Oop.
All right, so we got all that coming back.
Got my Sharpie.
And we'll continue answering questions, Eagles talk, everything. Tom,
Mike,
AM,
in the PM.
HUDRadio.com. Live from the BMW of Atlantic City Studios. I'd like to thank BMW of Atlantic City. We're off exit 17 in the Parkway. Find them online, BMWAtlanticCity.com. We every Wednesday, we're brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make them yours, Gibson Mayer LLC. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com. We'll be right back. Stay locked in. Welcome in to the worldwide leader of what? Real Talk, HUDRadio.com.
Fellas, you ever come in from that baseball or football game and your woman won't come near you because you stink beyond belief? Then you need Soap Stash. You should never settle for a generic hygiene product that only covers up the stench. Treat your skin with the best nutrients. Feel clean with the only soap you'll need. The highest grade carrier oils are ingrained in all of their products, which are 100% natural and terrific for your skin. No sulfates, parabens, or phthalates, and synthetic fragrance free. Contact Soap Stash for your sample package and give your woman what she deserves. You can contact Soap Stash at 844-890-3197 or visit them on the web at soapstash.com or Facebook at Soapstash LLC. Once again, their number is 844-890-3197. Soap Stash, the new soap standard.
Get your skills in shape, then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located at 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, is brought to you by Gibson Mayer, LLC, Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Mike from Tom and Mike AM in the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer, LLC, Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's www.gibsonmayer.com.
You're listening to Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, on A2DRadio.com.
Fellas, you ever come in from that baseball or football game and your woman won't come near you because you stink beyond belief? Then you need Soap Stash. You should never settle for a generic hygiene product that only covers up the stench. Treat your skin with the best nutrients. Feel clean with the only soap you'll need. The highest grade carrier oils are ingrained in all of their products, which are 100% natural and terrific for your skin. No sulfates, parabens, or phthalates, and synthetic fragrance free. Contact Soap Stash for your sample package and give your woman what she deserves. You can contact Soap Stash at 844-890-3197 or visit them on the web at soapstash.com or Facebook at Soapstash LLC. Once again, their number is 844-890-3197. Soap Stash, the new soap standard.
your skills in shape, then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
You're listening to Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, here on A2DRadio.com.
Fellas, you ever come in from that baseball or football game and your woman won't come near you because you stink beyond belief? Then you need Soap Stash. You should never settle for a generic hygiene product that only covers up the stench. Treat your skin with the best nutrients. Feel clean with the only soap you'll need. The highest grade carrier oils are ingrained in all of their products, which are 100% natural and terrific for your skin. No sulfates, parabens, or phthalates, and synthetic fragrance free. Contact Soap Stash for your sample package and give your woman what she deserves. You can contact Soap Stash at 844-890-3197 or visit them on the web at soapstash.com or Facebook at Soapstash LLC. Once again, their number is 844-890-3197. Soap Stash, the new soap standard.
Get your skills in shape, then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com For all your sporting needs, the Sports Outlet.
Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, is brought to you by Gibson Mayer, LLC, Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Mike from Tom and Mike AM in the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer, LLC, Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's www.gibsonmayer.com.
Welcome in to the worldwide leader of what? Real Talk, HUDRadio.com.
Fellas, you ever come in from that baseball or football game and your woman won't come near you because you stink beyond belief? Then you need Soap Stash. You should never settle for a generic hygiene product that only covers up the stench. Treat your skin with the best nutrients. Feel clean with the only soap you'll need. The highest grade carrier oils are ingrained in all of their products, which are 100% natural and terrific for your skin. No sulfates, parabens, or phthalates, and synthetic fragrance free. Contact Soap Stash for your sample package and give your woman what she deserves. You can contact Soap Stash at 844-890-3197 or visit them on the web at soapstash.com or Facebook at Soapstash LLC. Once again, their number is 844-890-3197. Soap Stash, the new soap standard.
Get your skills in shape, then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, is brought to you by Gibson Mayer, LLC, Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Mike from Tom and Mike AM in the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer, LLC, Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's www.gibsonmayer.com.
Tom Arnone, Big Mikey Smalls, Tom, Mike, AM, in the PM, only on HUDradio.com. Welcome back, Tom.
Mike,
AM.
in the PA.
HUDradio.com, live from the BMW of Atlantic City Studios. BMW Atlantic City, right off exit 17 of the Parkway. Find them online, BMW of AtlanticCity.com. Every Wednesday night, we're brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make them yours, Gibson Mayer, LLC. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com. Or right on the book. They're tagged in our post. Go to them, get your taxes done. Take care of them.
Like Jim took care of me on Sunday.
That's all. Some people got to watch it. Make sure you're okay.
Oh, no. When I say take care of, I arrive in the lot Sunday a little before 8. I make my way down and talk to Mr. Gibson because he's in the lot at like 6 a.m. He's a diehard.
Yeah.
So I get
Can't
down
have
there.
an early one if you don't start early.
Yeah, well, I get down there and I literally have like 2 minutes worth of conversation with him, and then he goes, "So, apple pie moonshine?" Like,
Yes,
Jim,
sir.
Can a brother get a bagel in him before you get him?
With the cream cheese?
90 degrees.
So I go and I eat my bagel and I come back and he gives me the apple pie moonshine and I look at it and I'm smelling it and it's phenomenal. So I go to take a sip and he goes, whoa. Goes, it's moonshine. Don't shoot it, you sip it. So I take 2 sips of it and it tastes like goddamn applesauce. And I'm like, sorry, Jim. Boom. And he just looks at me and he shakes his head. And I'm like, gotta go. So then John Mayer shows up, and John Mayer had flown in from Florida at 7 o'clock. They left Florida at 7 o'clock Sunday morning. He gets his wife to fly into Philly. He gets off the plane, Giants polo and shorts, gets his wife to drop him off at the stadium, take his luggage, and go home. Because he's sitting with Jim at the game. Gotta love guys like that.
Yeah, isn't he the Giants fan?
He's
too?
a Giants fan.
Giants fan.
But it's awesome because
a good mix.
he comes and he tailgates and he shoots the shit. He came down and said hi and talked to me for a little while. Good dude. Got his picture taken with a couple of rippers. They were giving him the thumbs down. But the boobs were phenomenal, so I can't complain about that.
Fair. So if you're just joining us, Tom Arnone, Michael Mataraki, Greg Mwakovic, Jeremy Beelan, Rob Povey on the 1s and 2s. Jeremy is here. We just started talking. The next thing you know, he's watching one of the shows, and boom, he runs a page. Jeremy, what's the page? Tell the people.
It's called Enough Said Sports. Just started doing it about 4 years ago. About 50 guys, all local guys, as something fun. Turned into something really, really great, man. It's almost like we're a family.
Help the guy with it. Hey, help the guy.
The mic's falling on me.
Nah, just tell him he's got to do this. That's all. Just push it up.
Push it.
No, not that way. Help the guy with his mic. Help the
There we
guy. Let's go. Get him.
I got you.
There he
All
is.
Started off with 50 guys. Now we're up to 220, 4 years consistently. It's a kind of a group that if you want to learn about sports, and feel comfortable about doing it and not make each other feel stupid, that's where you want to go.
What's the name of the group?
Enough Said Sports 24/7.
Cool.
So find me on
Nice.
Facebook. I'll send you, send me a request. I'll accept it. There's no shenanigans. I've had guys in the past that go in there and they think they know it all or whatever, and they start trouble, and they're not actually there to learn about sports and help each other. They're there to, kind of goof around. So I try to weed those guys out. Also have an administrator, a second one, Brian Tard, helps me out a lot too. Good sports guy, does a sports box also with McLeod. 2 great guys. Make sure you check them out too. But yeah, it's a good thing, man. I'm glad we're doing it. Like I said, it started off as just having fun, and it's something that's grown into, a great sports family. We talk about everything. I have questions of the day. I mean, today I had, what sports athlete wife would you want to sleep with? I make it fun.
Yeah.
I make it fun because that's what keeps the guys on their toes and it keeps them going. And, that's the main medicine and the main thing you need to run a sports page to keep guys interactive and wanting to stay with you.
Hey, listen, man, at the end of the day, sports is fun. And, that's why we're on the couch. Some guys just hanging, talking sports. That's what it is here.
So I got predictions already over here.
Yeah, and that's what I want to get to in 1 second.
All right,
Michael Letta, the sports guys will be in the house next week. They'll be sitting in with us for a segment or two, and we'll talk to them boys next week as well. So that's going to be fun. What else do we got? Smoke break is over, Larry. Yeah, we're back. We're back. And then Michael Letta, Akron, Georgia State, Iowa. So let's not make them national champions already for Penn State. No, I don't think anybody has at all. So, and this segment, the rest of our Eagles predictions. Okay, I don't think anybody's crowning them for national champions.
Wait,
they're the number 4 team in the country.
Yeah.
If they lose on the road the 4th game of the or 3rd game of the year, their national championship hopes are gone. That's all we said.
You cannot say that's not a fantastic finish. That's all the poll question is. The poll question is simple, right? Which fantastic finish? Which fantastic finish was more exciting? That's all it was.
Yeah.
Penn State, Iowa, or Eagles, Giants. That's it. It wasn't, it meant a lot, like we talked about for Penn State. They had to come out of there with a win to even keep their hopes alive. But, they're the number 4 team in the country for a reason. So, you can talk about them in a national championship conversation.
You can kind of crown them a little bit.
It's not crazy talk. But moving forward, our Eagles-Chargers prediction, preview, player of the game, breakdown, the whole 9 is brought to you by the new Soap Standard, Soapstash LLC. Find them on the web, soapstash.com. So let's get rolling. I want scores, player of the game.
I was just checking real quick just before the Birds are a 1-point dog currently on the road in San Diego.
Well, if you're a 1-point dog on the road, we know what that means. It's a pick 'em.
Yeah.
It's a pick 'em. So I got.
Yeah, we get Iowa wasn't ranked, but if you follow fundamentals, Mike, what fundamentals told you is how many top 10 teams have lost there.
I was going to say, was Mike listening to the beginning of the show?
Yeah, he was.
We talked about that the last top 5 teams that went into Iowa all lost.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough place.
It's a Big Ten conference opener. It's not it's not Little Sisters of the Poor that you're going to play.
Listen, you got 2 Iowa corners that are probably going to get drafted that are long, athletic. I mean, that's a tough defense. So, to go in there and to put your nose up and say, well, that's not a big win. Hell yeah, that's a big win. They're all big wins. I'm not a Penn State guy. I made that clear as day. But that's a big win. I mean, that's a tough place to play. That's fact.
But again, you're the number 4 team in the country. Regardless of how it is, you got to keep that 0.
Ralph says Penn State stinks. Ralph, I'm not a Penn State guy again. I'll reiterate. But Michigan State flat out stinks. You want to talk about stinks. That's irrelevant. You should stop posting about it. Let the season go. Enjoy yourself. Start looking at recruits for next year. Like the dealer in blackjack. We're done.
Well, hold on a second. Take a step back because to Mike's point, like at least Mike wants to point at the opponents and say, "Don't go crown them yet." Ralph is just going to say they stink because he's a fan of an opposing Big Ten team. Ralph, you're a jabron.
Yeah.
Moving on. You're a jabron.
Ralphie.
Come on, Ralphie.
Come on. What are you
I don't
doing?
get Ralph's. I don't get his sports.
What's he?
Allegiances.
Lakers, Michigan State. Like
I mean,
I don't get it.
Eagles, Phillies.
I mean, I don't get it.
What are you doing? You fell in love with Kobe at Lower Marion?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He let you borrow a pencil? I don't know, Ralphie, what happened?
I don't know. You like Mateen Cleaves?
Yeah, I love the big bear. You know what I mean? I love him and I love arguing with him and he's right. I love it because
Right, but what are we going to do? I mean, am I supposed to hop in the Wayback Machine and go back to when I was teaching at Downingtown 20 some odd years ago? And I had Rip Hamilton's best friend in my class. Was I supposed to become a UConn fan?
Yes. I don't know.
Or a Detroit fan?
I hate the Ravens, and I went to school and played football with Joe Flacco, and I despise the Ravens. I mean, I don't like the Ravens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my allegiance doesn't fall for players I like. Manny Ramirez and Ken Griffey Jr. were 2 of my favorite baseball players. Growing up, 2 of my favorites. Okay, I didn't have allegiances to the Mariners or the Indians or the Red Sox. Like, I wanted Manny to be successful when he was younger, but there was no allegiances. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it was still my team. You can like players and still go 4-for-4 like you're supposed to.
But you got to admit, when Manny went to the Dodgers, that whole thing went south.
Mike Letta says, please, that was awesome. Daniel Bakley, I went to school with Ron Dane. Should I be a Badger fan? LOL.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
No, you shouldn't. Don't. But, whatever. I mean, Ralph loves to argue. He's the one who told me, that it doesn't matter. OKC got Melo. And I said, well, now they can flat out score the basketball. And I'm a facts guy, man. The worldwide leader of real talk, no agenda radio, okay, and no notes, and the best in the business. And you can just hashtag a lot of goddamn shit. But what's facts is the 3 top players in transition offense last year were, guess who? Russell Westbrook, okay, who I flat out loved. The second is the best player in the NBA, not named LeBron James, okay? The second guy was Paul George, who I'm not in love with, but facts are facts. The guy flat out scores in transition, right? The other guy is Carmelo Anthony. Well, facts tell me, guess what? He's top 10 in transition offense. So if you tell me they can't play with Golden State, something's wrong with you. Because now you aren't thinking Russell Westbrook, the Thunder, or 18-win team last year without Russell Westbrook.
Well, look, here's the
They're
thing.
a playoff team with him. Now you add 2 pups.
There's four teams in the NBA going into this year. 4 teams in the NBA that have 3 guys that averaged more than 20 last year. And OKC's one of them.
One of them.
Okay, can you name the others?
Okay, so give it to me again.
There's 4 teams that will start this year with 3 guys on their roster who averaged 20 or more last year.
Oh, Golden State.
Golden State,
Golden
yeah,
State.
that's an easy one.
Houston?
No.
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Now, does that not that it matter because I think Kyrie and Isaiah, but
Well, it's now
Isaiah?
LeBron, Isaiah.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah.
Boston.
No.
Well,
No,
Boston's
okay.
only going to have 2
Two,
because
yeah,
Kyrie
yeah.
and Hayward.
Yeah, I'm just trying to guess teams. I'm trying to think out west though.
San Antonio?
Nope.
No, because they only Kawhi. Really.
That's right.
And LaMarcus.
Well, there's 4. We now have 3. Right?
Yeah.
Minnesota?
Memphis.
It is. Minnesota.
Wiggins, Towns,
Wiggins,
yes,
Towns,
and Butler
and
now.
Jimmy
Butler.
Butler.
Triple three, yes.
So that's 4.
That's
I should know
it.
this.
4.
I love NBA.
That's 4. So
That's it. There's
Well,
four.
That's it.
You know,
it was 4 of them. Okay.
Not to get too off topic, but it's
Yeah, that's
funny.
right. I had my fingers like this.
You talk about the firepower of OKC, but you can still talk me into a series of Minnesota beating them, Houston beating them in a series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not in like a one game.
Houston, I don't understand what they're doing, so I don't
Well,
think they beat that.
yeah, but I
don't think they beat anybody.
Okay. But I'm saying you could talk me into them.
Yeah, I got you.
As opposed to, like, the Spurs are already there, Golden State. Like, those are, like, the top guys. I'm saying you could talk me into some of these mid-level teams like Minnesota, like Houston, that would take them in a series.
Yeah.
Not like a one
OKC.
game.
Well, but see now you got to wonder though exactly how mid-level is Minnesota going to be?
Well, that's.
I mean, is Minnesota climbing the West while somebody like Houston, because like Tom said, nobody knows what they're doing.
Where are they going?
Are they taking the steps down?
Well,
because is Harden going to be able to play off the ball?
No, and that's the problem.
Because CP3's not.
Yeah, they don't have an identity.
Right.
When you talk about the Houston Rockets, when I look at OKC, there's an identity at least that I know what they can do. Right. When I look at San Antonio, well, they're going to be there because of Pop. I mean, you're going to always give it to Pop and say, okay, and you got one of the best players in the NBA in Kawhi Leonard, so you're going to be around. And you had Golden State maybe on the ropes a little bit before he got hurt. So I'll buy into you all day. Minnesota, like you said, Greg, I'll buy into you all day. And not because you have a big 3, because, if Andrew Wiggins is the max deal guy that they're about to give money to, if he's that guy and I think he's that guy, can flat out score it, they're a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, because Towns is a problem already. And if Wiggins can just be consistent, they're a problem. Big time. Because that's the only thing when I look at Andrew Wiggins is the raw talent's there. He's special. He's still a baby, too. He's still a baby.
He's so young, and it's
He's still a baby. I mean, rockabye baby, Andrew. He's still a pop. But they're dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's fun because the East is a little open now. You talk about Boston, Toronto, Cleveland. Well, Toronto means, I don't fall in love with them. Boston, yes, I like these houses a lot. And Cleveland, it just depends. I mean, you have a lot of names.
Right.
And you're the best player in the world, so you're going to be around.
There.
And I guess they were the favorites to win it all from Vegas out of the jump. Did I read somewhere today?
Really?
I thought I read that somewhere.
I've seen that too. They actually are the favorites over Golden State.
Wow.
And OKC.
Wow.
So, I mean, just by adding Dwayne Wade.
He's cool, Wade.
Well,
is I mean,
their odds coming out of the East are 2-3. So what does that tell you?
But who's their fourth guy? Think about that. Who's
Oh.
their fourth guy?
Jared.
Jumpers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, let me get. Let the kid come in. I mean, let the
It's
kid
broken.
come in. No, it's not broken. You're breaking it by turning it.
Just hold it up a little.
Yeah,
Okay.
why is this all loose here? Let's give you a little spin around.
There you go.
All right, that didn't work. Let's get you.
See?
Let's get you in there.
And there you go.
All right, let's get you in there.
There we go.
How are
Beautiful.
All right.
How are you? We should have gave you
Sit
the other
down.
one. We should have gave you
Like
the
I was
one
saying, like
hanging up right
who's
there.
the fourth guy? I mean, Jumpers
Good
is going to come out. You know, you got him in there. I mean, like,
Do you need 4 though?
I mean, you do when you play Golden State.
Well, yeah, but you got to get out of
I mean,
the
to
East.
be
You
the
gotta
favorite,
get out of the
favorite,
East first.
to be the favorite is, I mean, it's nonsense.
Right.
I mean, stop.
So Ralph Del Vecchio comes in and says the Lakers will be an 8th seed in the West, and he is literally probably hammering some alcohol down. He has to be.
So on that note, let's get back to the prediction.
Yeah, let's get back to the predictions. So we want your Eagle Chargers predictions. Player of the game you'll win a Visa gift card. So let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We'll get you guys on YouTube as well. Facebook, site. Let us know. So Mike, start with you, brother. What's your score?
So I'm gonna give these from the YouTube, and then I'll follow with mine. So Eric R. 24-21 Birds Player of the Game Jeffrey TTP Ballin, and he says wild prediction 27-20 Eagles, and I think this is where it gets wild. Torrey Smith Player of the Game come up with a big reception and have 100+ yards total. So maybe that's the wild prediction.
I got one here too.
I'm going 28-24 Birds. My player of the game is the quarterback.
28-24 Birds. Daniel Bakley on the book. 27-17 Eagles. Wentz will light it up on a suspect secondary. So
There we go.
you
That's
guys
why we're on the same
You guys
page.
thinking a lot alike. Mr. Malakovic?
27-24 Chargers.
Whoa.
I just you're going across country. They're a desperate team.
Totally reasonable.
But the thing is this is a very close game. The Chargers don't play anything but close games.
Yep.
You know, so the player of the game is going to be Tyrell Williams.
Interesting. You're not the first person I've actually heard today give some Tyrell Williams love. So maybe there's something there.
Sam Nelson, Birds win 34-24. Rasul Douglas, player of the game. Chargers like to throw the ball, need young secondary to step up. Alex Ocasio, 28-24 Birds, player of the game. Jalen Mills holds Keenan Allen to under 100 yards and no TDs. Great one. Pop Montanez, 31-28 Birds, Ertz, player of the game. And Mike Goletta, stop Torrey Smith, in terms of the guy on the two. So
Yeah, well, he said it was a wild prediction.
let me see. I know I got more here too. I want to get off. All right. Well, if I missed you, we'll go back and check and see who the winner is. Jeremy, player of the game.
Player
Score.
of the game, I'm going to go with Zach Ertz. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say 34-17 Eagles.
See, it's funny. Like, I'm sitting here now, and, like, I went 28-24, and I'm thinking that may even be a little high. Like, I'm completely flipped of where I was last week. Like, last week I was convinced that for the Birds to win, that it was going to have to be a high-scoring game. And now all the scores I'm hearing, like, I'm sitting here, and I'm like, I know I said 28-24, but I feel like they're all a little high this week.
Yeah, I was thinking more 24-21 Eagles.
I was thinking going there.
And you went Wentz. I'm not gonna go Wentz. I'm gonna go somebody different than you guys. I love the Jalen Mills call out.
Their secondary over the middle is terrible.
Rasul Douglas. I like that name a lot. I would love to see one of the DNs be a player of the game this week. That would be huge. That's what we need to win this football game. But, I'll stay on the offensive side of the ball on this one, and I'll go with my guy. I'll go with a guy who I think needs a win week in, week out. I'll go with Nelson Agholor. Him and Ertz and Agholor seem to have the most chemistry with Wentz. Alshon's getting there. Torrey, they're just a tad off in a way, and it's more Torrey dropping balls that makes you a tad off.
Yeah.
Okay? But Nelson needs a win week in, week out. When you're playing against slot guys and you're a first-round pick and you can run routes the way I know you can, it's time. Like he was open on the 4th and 8. Wentz got to start getting the guy to football. We've seen he's a playmaker. I mean, he is. And the perception that he's not a good football player should be out the window. Now, the drops, all the other stuff that we talked about should be done with.
Right, but you know what's going on there is that if you look back to last year when he had Jordan Matthews in the slot, Jordan Matthews was his guy. But now he's got new toys. He's got Agholor. He's got Torrey Smith. Zach Ertz is like on fire. So he got new toys. So he doesn't look to the slot right away the way he did last year. And there's certain situations where maybe he should.
Yeah. Like Jordan's different. Like Jordan's not as fast, quick off the ball. Right. Will take a little bit more time for plays to develop. Nelson's quicker, faster. So we got a couple more here as well. Michael Letta, 28-24 Chargers, player of the game, Rivers, 322 and 3 TDs. Very possible. Okay. Saying he doesn't wear green glasses, nor should you. Justin Tassi, Ladd, 31-17 Birds, Wentz throw 2 TDs and rushes for 1. Love it. Justin Tassi, stay away from Joey Bosa. Couldn't agree more on that one.
Yeah.
He's a problem.
He's going to be a problem.
But listen, our bookends, it shouldn't be a problem. We should be able to hold up, get pass protection, and expose our secondary. This is a week where I believe we're going to sling it around the yard. I like the Wentz predictions for player of the game, honestly. I'll go with one of the receivers. I got a feeling Nelson seems to have a knack for the end zone a little bit. So I got a feeling maybe he'll catch 2 this week.
Well, and where did Nelson go to school?
USC, baby.
Back home game.
Back home again.
Where's Diddy at?
Here's the thing, though. The Joey Bosa point, it's valid, but, I mean, they dealt with Olivier Vernon last week. They dealt with Justin Houston the week before. I mean, if anything, the protection's got to get better because they just keep seeing stud pops week after week after week on the defensive line.
And Dan's saying Wentz needs to move around the pocket more to avoid the 2 studs on the end.
Get the ball out quicker.
Alex Casio, Lane Johnson versus Joey Bosa. I'm taking Lane every day. Well, Lane should win it, but Joey Bosa is a top 5 pick as well. Just as well as Lane is. Yeah, and so's Lane.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just got to win today. That's all. You got to win. You just got to win today.
Think about that for a second, though. Like, going back to Lane Johnson real fast, I was reading one of those redraft
Yeah, who would you have wanted, Deion Jordan again?
No. But they went through, and Brian Bulaga, who went like the 4th round. Like, Lane Johnson was not a bad 4th-round pick. He's going to be a bookend.
A 4th pick.
A number 4th pick, I'm sorry. Was not bad. But then when you think of Bulaga, who is probably the best left tackle in football, and you're just like, where do you, how do you, and everybody did, but it's just like, where do you miss on those guys?
How do you miss on those guys?
How does everybody miss?
And that's the thing. Like, you know why? Because when one person starts to think negative, it trickles, right? It trickles. This is a good one, right? Pop. And Pop's the man, dude. This is spot on. Chargers can't close out games for the life of them. Look how many close games they lose. And you think the Eagles are bad? LOL. The Eagles have found a way to close out close games. So when you look at that matchup and you look at both of them, one can't, one's shown a way to be able to, right? So I'm taking the Eagles in this football game. I feel like they found a way to win. And once you start feeling that, and the locker room feels that translates on Sunday. Right, the Chargers don't have any confidence in the fourth quarter to win a football game mentally, which a lot of people don't think about. The mental side of the game, they're worried about the fourth quarter. The first 3, they feel good. All right, they're feeling good about themselves. Now you look at 2 different football teams. One's going to feel good about in the fourth quarter, no matter who's on the field. We're going to feel good about ourselves, and the other one's not. So I'm going to go with the one who feels good. Pop, that was money.
And to that point, to Pop's point, and to your point, going back to Jeremy, what your buddy Mike said, like, talking about the green glasses. I mean, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a season ticket holder. But, I mean, I've sat here and predicted against them.
Oh, hell yeah.
But, in terms of green glasses, not this week because I don't see anything that tells me that they can't go out there and beat San Diego. Is it going to be a tough game? Yeah, absolutely. Greg picked against them, and I don't have a fault with his pick. But to sit here and say green glasses because I think San Diego is on the downside.
Bro, did I miss something? Did I miss an 0-3 football team?
Did
I miss something? Listen, I'll sit and wait. I got a lot of time on my hands. I'll sit and wait. Not that you picking against the Eagles. That's fine. There's no issue there. But to think that, anybody picking Eagles is green glasses, no. Hashtag it. No notes. The worldwide leader of Real Talk. Okay, no agenda radio. There's no agenda with the prediction. We're playing an 0-3 football team. Yeah. We better win that game. And if we don't, okay, we got things to talk about. Yeah. But we talk about good defenses do what? They travel. So I know you're missing your big boy this weekend, right? Who's going to make a play? And I think that with a coach like this and guys buying in, somebody's going to step up and make plays. And I think it translates. I love it.
The sleeper guy this week to me, I think what you're going to see is you're going to see a big old heavy dose of Timmy Jernigan. And it wouldn't surprise me when you were talking about Vinny Curry earlier.
Yep.
And the fact of how much money he makes and why is he on the field so much.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me also this week if we see Vinny Curry inside with Barnett lined up next to him in passing situations.
To get the Rivers.
Yeah, because
sure.
Because you're not getting the push from Fletcher. You sure as hell aren't getting it from Bo Allen.
I like it.
They've been talking all camp about having Curry line up inside. No better week to give it a whirl than this one.
Daniel Bakley, a ticket at StubHub Center is over $200, I heard. Well, that's highway robbery.
That's because there's only 30,000 seats there. And the Eagles travel well.
Sam Nelson.
Yeah.
Eagles draw a better crowd at an open practice in August than the Chargers will this season.
True story.
Well, in the damn soccer stadium.
Hence why
we'll see a lot of green.
That's why they're going back, right?
He said we'll see a lot of green
Sam,
this Sunday in the stands, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Doug Zeke to Rob. Rivers making more babies Sunday night, Rob Povia. And Michael Etta going out west is tiring to begin with. No question. But guess what? Good football teams go out west. It's a business trip, and let's go get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. They'll get out there early enough to catch up on, the time and all that. They'll be fine. They're playing a 1 o'clock game essentially. Everybody's okay. They'll be fine.
TTP ball, and I'd prefer Wentz doesn't run as much. If he does, he's got to slide. He's taking too many hits for my liking. That also goes to the point that we made about him getting the ball out. Mm-hmm. So whether he runs or not, when you're in the pocket, you got to have that mental clock, and you got to get the ball out.
It's almost like he's learning. Like if you watched him last week with the Giants, he just would fall down because he knew they weren't open. He said, and you could just see he just stopped.
Yeah, I mean it's on the job training.
Exactly.
You got to either throw it out of balance, you know what I mean, or just the good thing he did is he stopped and didn't do nothing crazy, try to run again and then fumble, But Wentz is learning every game, and that's good, and he's getting smarter. And against the Chargers, I think he's going to have a field day. I really do. Across that middle, he's going to eat that middle. But him and Ertz, I mean, I might be wrong. Who knows? But I just think that, that secondary just can't. In the fourth quarter, they give up.
Trevor Siemian dominated them.
He
did. Yeah. Trevor Siemian dominated them. So what's Carson Wentz going to do?
Exactly.
He should. I mean, he should. Like I said, I think this is a really good football team. So to me, you're playing an 0-3 team that can't get it done in the fourth quarter. Well, let's go take care of business.
Yeah.
Let's go get it any way we can get it, right? And this is a week where this is why I begged for Carson to start day one, and I begged and pleaded for him to start day one, and I'm so glad that they made the move and that happened. Okay, because you want him in from day one to learn on the job. There's no better way to learn. The game will start to slow down for you the more time goes on. Mm-hmm. And I think you see week to week that it does slow down for him a little bit more, and sometimes it is still a little quick for him. And I think the slow overweighs the fast this year more than it did last year, right?
He's too smart for his own good. He really is. If you watch, it's like, wow, he's almost like the way Manning was in a sense without the audibles. He's seen things happen before him, so he's got to fall back a little bit. Sometimes if you see some of the balls, they got to come. The wide receiver have to come back for it because he's trying to rush it too much. When he sits in the pocket, he's comfortable. He's unstoppable.
No, he is, and we want him to run around a little bit. We want him to move in the pocket. That's the asset.
Right.
That's what he brings to the table. That's the Rodgers, the Ben, the things we talk about.
Stretch the field.
Extend plays, and again, that's on wide receivers to make things happen when he extends plays. And guess what? That's chemistry that guys don't get with Alshon to start to pick up on, and Torrey when he does roll out of the pocket. Right? What kind of things does he like to do? What kind of throw does he like to make it when a defender's playing you a certain way? All that thing is just learning with each other on the fly. Here we go. Justin Tassi, run, pound the noodles out west. No, I disagree this week. It's a throw week. Pop Montanez. I'll be at the Link November 5th against Denver, going up against the no-fly zone. Can't wait. That's sweet.
Pop, come tailgate with me.
That move went.
Seriously, slide into my DMs, Pop, and we'll hook it up.
Alex Acacia, that move Wentz made last week on that lineman just reassured for me how special Wentz is. We got to keep that man safe. No, I mean, listen, brother. It's what your eyes tell you, and your eyes show you how special he is. Yeah. And if you watch Monday Night Football, your eyes will tell you the opposite on somebody else, and people can crown that all they want. Mm-hmm. And that's real talk. I mean, I didn't see any difference. Okay, I see a team that had a chance to put a nail in and didn't and gave life to a football team. I'm not in love with them in terms of who's winning the NFC East. I'm still standing strong. Peter Albertson, run the ball again. Then go for the jugular timing. We'll get better with Jeffrey and Smith. So, and Pop says no doubt.
All right.
Slide in the DM.
Michael Oddie
Slide into my
says.
DM.
Michael Oddie says, "I'll calm down. Didn't mean to stir it up. Stir,
buddy.
Stir, Mike.
Stir
Damn
away.
it. It's agree to disagree radio. The pot's meant to be stirred. I mean, this is 3 men and a baby. I mean, these boys need to eat. Stir the pot.
Yeah. Feed us.
If this was an elevator, we might not be allowed on.
That's it.
As a group.
There's a weight limit. We're past it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, nobody's going on rides here. Try going on Knobles with us big mother effers. I can't fit on a ride at Knobles either. Like, I ain't small. I'm 240, Daddy. You know what I mean? I can play middle linebacker in the NFL, and I look like I'm the baby. You guys should be nursing me. You know what I mean? I'm around some linemen, my big boys, my up front guys, my middle, how we win chips. You know what I mean? This is why we win chips together, right? The big boys, right? Rob can play a little outside linebacker.
Don't sleep on Rob.
Rob's the speed guy here.
Mike Waddy says he'll be stirring Wednesday. Mike, you come in. Listen, just know what you're coming into.
Yeah.
All right?
Just know, Mike. They got me sweating in here. You know me, man.
Sam Nelson. Need Nelson and Torrey to step up. I got to read these right. Need Nelson and Torrey to step up.
Right.
Need to take attention away from Ertz and Alshon. Yeah. I would love guys just to put like a bracket in between things for me. It'll make my life so easy, but I love the comment.
Well, they type the way that you speak. Just go.
Yeah, no. I get it.
They should all type in hashtags. Hashtag.
Everything should be a hashtag.
Yeah.
Everything should be a hashtag. So 3 out of
Wait,
4.
hold on.
Lock it in.
Wilson gives me my
patent it.
shit for that. If I get more than 3 hashtags in a post, he hashtags me old guy.
Yeah, you are a hashtag problem.
I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
Hashtag
Be who you
stuff
are.
it.
Be who you are. Look how many AKAs I have for this company. You know what I mean? Like the AKA hashtags for this company alone. No notes. Best in the business. No agenda radio. The worldwide leader of real talk.
A new kind of sports talk. For the people
Just
by the
real
people.
talk.
The worldwide leader of real talk. I mean, the list.
Just real talk.
Just
You're
real
like,
talk.
you're like the rock of sports radio.
No question.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, buddy.
For the people by the people.
For the people by the people.
No
For the
agenda
fan by
radio.
the- For the fan by the fan. We don't give a rat's ass about access. You can shove it.
Great stuff.
All right, so, let's get back on track. So,
Eric R. just chimed in. Hashtag no notes.
hashtag no notes, love it. McLeod and Darby, and that's really what's going to solidify this defense to the point where I think they're going to be take to the next level. You know, they're a top 10 defense already. And I think they can go up higher, especially with Darby and McLeod back. And we obviously know Fletcher needs to be back too, but you know what I mean. That other corner that now put Robinson in the slot, which makes him really good. And now you've seen Douglas can play too in spots. So I mean, now you're deep, and we're not even talking about Sidney Jones next year. Right. So we're right. We're in now time. This is going to be a good football team. When winning games right now is so important. Like winning this game on the road without Fletcher and Darby. Oh, yeah. Right, that's important because now when they get healthy, you say you're a 4-1 team, and these guys are all healthy. Well, now you're ready to rock, right. or 4-2, whatever. You're already 2-0 in the division, so you're already sitting pretty there. Everybody else is 2-1. You're going to see Washington again at home, and Week 9 is going to tell you a lot too.
Yeah.
So you can't crown a team in September. Yeah. It can be the full month for a lot of teams. September can fool you. It really can. But I like what I've seen.
I got a question for you guys.
Can't freaking breathe
right now. I mean, how are we feeling about Jalen Mills right now? And the reason that I ask the question is when I watch him, and if I isolate just on him, I don't think he's playing horribly, but he's been targeted more than any other corner in the NFL, and as a result, he's given up more completions than any other corner in the NFL. But when I look at it, I don't necessarily think he's playing all that badly. So
no, I think he's put in a spot.
What's right? You know,
he's put in a spot of being a number one when he's not quite ready to be a number one.
Yeah, and I think too that
he wants the matchup. He wants Odell.
Yeah,
and credit to Jalen because I know he does. He wants that matchup, but he's young and he's learning. But the thing that you take out of it, even when touchdowns were thrown against him, he was still physical when it came when it came time. I mean, he was physical throughout it, and that's what you can take away from it. So that's why Darby's so important to be able to move him down to the 2, where it's a better fit for him right now.
Takes that
so,
cycle.
yeah, Mike, I mean, he is a little bit overmatched right this second. So that's why you need McLeod back there. That's why you need the vets, in the secondary and not Chris Maragos.
Yeah.
Right. And it doesn't get any easier because he goes from Odell to Keenan Allen. I mean, and it's just week after week after week. I mean, we talked about this, any number of times. That every week there's going to be a stud. Yeah. I mean, Washington, Terrell Pryor is probably the weakest of the number ones you're going to see all season.
Yeah, I mean, struggling.
And I just think it's flashes. Because you're right. I think he's played decent overall. He's going to have flashes where he's going to be a lockdown. And then he's going to have flashes where he's a 7th-round pick.
Right.
You know what I mean? With probably a 3rd-round talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So but that all averages out to he's playing halfway decent.
Yeah, and guess what it comes down to? What do you
in a tough spot because yes, Darby's hurt. He's now thrust into the number 1
and he
spot.
wants it, but guess what?
And he's
half of it's want, right?
Yep.
And what do we ask from our guys? Energy effort, Energy effort. When you look at Jalen Mills play, it's energy.
It's all energy effort,
and that's things you can control, and that's going to win you more battles than you lose. And everybody's chiming in. I mean, Alex Ocasio, yeah, man, Jalen Mills' confidence is such a huge part of his game, and I love it. Peter Albertson. He can hang and has some grit and hangs in tough. Yeah, and you know what I mean? He has grit. He hangs tough. He plays tough when the football's in the air. I like everything about Jalen Mills. He's just, like you said, tough situation.
He flies around the field. He really does.
It's going back to when I was coaching basketball. We used to teach defense on basketball. We used to say it's will, not skill.
Right.
It's the want. It's the confidence. It's the I know I can beat this guy. I know I can defend this guy. It's the energy effort. It's the will, not skill. Especially on the defense. Because defense, it don't matter what it looks like. It literally doesn't matter.
No.
As long as the job gets done.
Now, actually, TTP
Zeke.
Ballin again.
Say bye to Zeke, man.
Love the name.
Hanky.
What's up, Zeke?
Say bye, Michael. Say bye to Zeke. Say bye, Zeke. Later, Zeke, man.
Jalen Mills playing really good for a young guy, in my opinion. 2 touchdowns against Odell were kind of unstoppable. A few years down the line, he's going to be number 1 caliber easy. And then Eric R. chimes in, it's only going to make him better. When Darby gets back, all the other guys will be an easier cover. TTP Ballin comes back again. Loves when he wags his finger even when he doesn't make a play.
I love it. I love when a ball's thrown 10 feet over a guy's head and he's around it and he does this. I love it because that translates. Confidence translates, and now you want it. Like you're around the ball now. Yeah. He feels like I'm the reason you threw that football away, and I love it.
It's like Dan says here, hunger to play. He's got that.
He's got that. He definitely has that.
The Pups back at it again tonight. Altera and Alfaro both drive in 2 runs apiece. Phil's beaten at 7-5.
Alfaro is a grown man. I mean, that's a bad.
You want to talk about
man.
A problem next year?
He's a problem.
He's going to be a problem.
Big time.
Oh yeah.
Big time. Now,
if he could get that, if he could get that mechanics worked out on that throw to second, because he's got a shot. I mean, his
rifle.
Oh my God, he
big.
throws darts.
Who's the one Molina that's huge? Who's the one Molina that was
Benji?
Yeah,
his size, not like his style, but his size reminds me of Benji.
Yeah.
Well, that was when last week when I said they need to hire Benji Molina.
Oh yeah.
That was where I was. Yeah, it all comes back.
And like Daniel Baker was saying, Alfaro just needs to get better behind the plate, and that will come this offseason.
Right.
When now he's working with pro guys. That's why I always said to bring the Pups up and get him working with the pro guys. That's going to get him better. Crawford's been lights out defensively, right? And we expected that. Great transition in the third base.
Yeah.
The bat, okay. He still walks a good amount for a young kid at the big league level, and the rest of it will come. But you just wanted him to see at-bats.
Right.
See major league at-bats, learn some adjustments, and take it into the all-season where now you come back knowing, hey, I'm the starting third baseman for this baseball team. Because I think you can look at it, unless Freddie Galvis is gone, he's the starting third baseman.
No doubt. I was shaking my head like that's a great thing to have.
Yeah, like I don't think the Machado thing's on the table anymore. I think that you have to take that off the table. Unless I'm moving Crawford back. You know me, but I think the Phillies are thinking that that's off the table now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because of how good their left side of their infield is defensively. It's a flat out problem.
Right.
Well, that and if they can get by, or if they can excel with that as the left side of their infield, and they can invest that money in pitching, then they're going to improve that much faster.
Yeah.
But so Freddie's gone. So are you saying re-sign Freddie, and then your left side is still Freddie Crawford?
Well,
I'm okay with it.
They have Freddie under control for 2 more years.
18. I thought he was done after 18.
No, he's in arbitration, isn't he?
It's
Did he just do arbitration?
18 and then a team option.
Okay.
Right.
So it's their team control for 2 years. He's only signed for 1.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that, being the left side, because what Michael Edison just said, they need pitching and mid relief bad. Yeah, well, we know they need some pitching, right? I mean, I don't know. You have an ace essentially in Nola that you can start calling that more and more. Do you need? Adam Morgan's done a great job out of the pen.
I was just thinking.
as
I
a
think
guy.
they're.
I
mean, they're going to.
We think
I like
back.
Morgan. I do like Morgan.
Yeah, we think Vince Velasquez is going to go out and be the
did this
closer.
I was going to say, I'll
last week.
tell everybody, go back, as soon as we're done tonight, go back and listen to the last 35 minutes of last week where we mapped this whole thing out.
It's a trust our process.
From the beginning, from the beginning of the starting
Trust
lineup
ours.
to Vince Velasquez as the closer, this entire thing was mapped out.
Yeah.
I thought it was the Philly show. I was like, wait a minute here.
Pop says the Phillies are still at least 2-3 years away. Do you agree with that?
2.
2? Okay. I think it's fair.
Well, I mean,
That's
as the current progression, yes. But
anything can
if we
happen.
get crazy this all season,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, anything can happen.
right.
You
Anything
know?
can happen. We're already a problem going into next season. Like you said, we get crazy. Anything can happen.
Yeah,
I
we
agree.
can hit the ball a little
So
bit.
on board for that.
So,
120%.
we can hit the ball a little bit.
yeah, the current progression 2 years.
What's next on our docket here before we sign off?
I think we wanted to kind of roll back to the Penn State thing because we were talking about
I can't forget.
little bit about
somebody's
Saquon
sick. Not happy about it.
Saquon Barkley at the beginning of the show, and we're starting to get the Heisman watch lists that are coming out now. So
Yep.
I think before we wrap it up, is he right now number 1 on your Heisman watch list, or does Baker Mayfield with the win over Ohio State come into the discussion? Is Sam Darnold in the discussion? I mean, we had how many guys here? I mean, Oklahoma State, Mason Rudolph, and you still have Lamar Jackson. I mean, here's the thing though. So you have Saquon as a running back, and then you basically have 4 quarterbacks that are kind of in that discussion.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if you had to vote on it today, where are you going? Are you going Saquon? Are you going Baker Mayfield? Are you going Lamar Jackson by default? Or is there somebody else out there that we're not even pulling into the discussion that could be that candidate that sneaks in there and kind of throws the whole thing out of whack?
And wins it, you're saying?
Yeah,
If somebody else comes in and wins it?
Yeah.
I just don't I don't see anybody winning it because he's that important to his football team. He's that special. And I mean, to do that against Iowa's defense is everything I need to know. And I don't think there's a defense out there that's going to slow him down. I mean, they loaded the box and tried to stop him, and they didn't. And he's that special to me. He's that special. He's the best running back I've seen in college football the last 10 years. He might be one of the most special players I've seen in college football in the last 10 years. Some of the things he does on the football field, that translates. When this guy hits a corner and that burst happens, you say with your eyes right there, oh, that translates to the next level.
Oh, yeah.
And it does.
I haven't seen a running back like that, not to cut you off, since Reggie Bush. Remember Reggie Bush coming up USC? I mean, he was just cutting corners, diving over guys, just like that. I mean, like that.
I like the analogy. To me, he's Barry Sanders, and I know that's a lofty thing. To me, he's Barry Sanders with size, because he's thick. I mean, he's 5'10", 225. He can move. And like you were talking about earlier, that jump stop and cut on the sideline
not right.
was sick.
It's not fair.
I mean, he almost broke. You talk about breaking a defender's ankles. He almost broke his own ankles and a defender's ankles, and then he just accelerates and he's gone.
Yeah,
it's not right.
But Greg, I want to come to you on this, because as I'm rolling off some of those quarterback names, I saw the eyebrows go up.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam. We mentioned Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Mason Rudolph, and I saw the eyebrows kind of get raised. So give me your thought process.
The eyebrows raised just because none of those quarterbacks, although they are very well thought of, are having the greatest years.
Nope.
Mason Rudolph just lost to TCU at home.
Right.
Problem.
Sam Darnold has been pedestrian at best.
Right.
I mean, still going to be there at the end of the year. To me, I think it's a 2-horse race, and I was just looking it up real fast just to see. I'm going to give the edge to Baker Mayfield just for a slight second.
Second, okay.
Just because they've played a little bit tougher competition to start the year.
Agreed.
And he has been on fire.
Right.
Confidence guy.
Saquon should be doing this against the Georgia States, whoever they freaking played, Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, they went what?
Oh,
it was
all-
Akron, Pitt, Georgia
yeah.
State.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he should be doing against them. What he did against Iowa was absolutely 100% impressive.
That's what starts separate. That's what separates.
And that's where I think it's created just a 2-horse race. And, I mean, you could split hairs.
I'm going to totally agree with Greg right there. I mean, I think they're neck and neck right now. I mean, if any quarterback is to mention, it would be Baker, and him. But, time will see kind of thing. But I think they're neck to neck right now as we stand right now. I do.
I would say, and I don't disagree with you guys, but I would say if Oklahoma doesn't win that game at Ohio State, Mayfield's out of the discussion immediately.
Yeah. Well, guess what?
I agree.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah. The way they beat
I don't know.
Ohio
I don't know if
State,
he's out of the discussion, but I think it's definitely hurt.
But to
What
me,
are your eyes tight?
in terms of
Baker Mayfield's a problem.
Yeah, but he is a
to go
problem.
To go to Ohio State and win the way they did, and and mock and put the ball down.
That was pretty great.
I mean, this guy. I mean, he was good last year.
Right.
He wasn't as confident going into this year. He's confident more now, and that's why I say neck to neck. It goes by each week.
Right, but
Yeah.
here's
You know what I mean?
right, and that's absolutely
it
true.
does.
But here's the thing for me: in college football, there's not another position that gets more credit for wins and losses than the quarterback.
No question.
So I mean, Penn State could somehow wind up finishing this season with 2 or 3 losses. And Saquon could still win the Heisman.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Oklahoma finishes with 3 losses.
He's not
Baker
winning.
Mayfield's
There's no
not
doubt.
sniffing
Yeah,
out
no,
there.
we could-
Isn't it
I mean,
funny how that works out?
Just look at Alabama. There's no Heisman Trophy candidate on Alabama.
No.
No,
And
because
also-
they never have good quarterbacks.
Even as monstrous as Yarborough is, he's not, or Scarborough.
Scarborough, yeah.
He's not a Heisman Trophy
No.
candidate.
And their defense is loaded like usual.
Yeah.
But no
And same thing with
Heisman
Clemson.
candidates.
Right.
There's
There's
no
no
Deshaun Watson on
No.
Clemson.
No, there's a good football
There's a very
team.
good
Real good football.
team.
Right.
Yup.
They're very good teams.
Great coaches. What else did we have? Oh, I wanted to say this real quick about the time permitting thing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, and I want to put an end to it. And I never want to talk about it again. Okay, out of all the kneels and everything that came with that, and you start with Cat back in the day, I said from the beginning it wasn't going to do anything good. It was just going to create divide and arguing because you're doing it against something people believe in, and it's not the right way to go about it. And it feels like some people out of spite, and then people, that doesn't translate to people well. And you're going to have one side or the other, and then we're going to meet in the middle. What I seen the Dallas Cowboys do on Monday Night Football, the fact that they're the first team that actually got it. If you want to fight for a cause, you want to have an agenda, okay. Everybody's allowed to have that, right? Now, do we all have to love it? No. But what they did on Monday night, and then to stand up as a team and turn and face the flag, it's how it should have been done from day one. This is why this guy is the best owner, one of the best, the richest owner, why he's the richest owner in sports and one of the best owners in sports.
Yeah.
This is why. Because you see it. They spent a week to get it done right. How can we do it in a way where we're not disrespecting anybody? And I told friends of mine that tell me now I'm on the fence. No, I'm not. I say real talk. No agenda.
Right.
That is the way, if you want to do it, it should have been done from jump. Kaepernick did it to keep his goddamn job because Chip Kelly wasn't going to cut his ass because then he would have been a racist, right?
Yep.
There was no shot Chip was cutting him. And I told them guys on Fantasy Dominance not to talk about it because I'll handle it for this company, all right? Because I don't want – I just think it needs to be done with. And Mike put it in tonight, and we'll just end it. Just end it with that. The Cowboys did it right. And nothing else needs to be talked about it. If that's the way it's going to be done, fine. If another guy kneels for the anthem, they are idiots to me. If you kneel for the anthem, there's a better way to do it. There's a more impactful way to do it. That's it. Do I agree with what Trump yelled and screamed? No. Like, is he right they shouldn't kneel? No, he is right for the anthem. Did he say it the right way? No. But he's an animal. He's a savage. And guys fire back at him. Are they right? No. You know what I mean? So.
Well, that was like the crux of the discussion point. Wasn't necessarily right or wrong, although I think everything you're saying is spot on, and I love the way you stated it. But it's has it gotten to the point now where regardless of which side you're on, is it taken away from your enjoyment of the game? And for me, like I'm trying to ignore the whole thing.
Me too.
But you just keep getting pounded over the head with it to the point where you just want it to end because it is starting to affect your overall enjoyment of the product.
Like, do I need to watch ESPN First Take every day?
It-
and they're
the
talking
same
about the
Exactly.
same thing.
Come
Like,
on.
when's it over? And that's why I said to you, like, don't even do it. Yeah, because like everybody's doing it at nauseum. When's it end? Well, we'll be the ones that end it here. That we're not going to pay attention to it anymore. We're going to try to avoid it, and we're just going to enjoy sports for what they are. Vice versa. You know, you want to tell the president doesn't have the right to say what he wants to say, but guys are allowed to kneel for the flag. Can't have it both ways.
No.
Can't have it both ways.
Yep.
That's it.
It's like you said, the love-hate with the Jerry Jones thing. He was a genius. The way he did it on Monday was genius. It's bringing
Class.
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 And that's the way you do it, and it ends it right there.
That's oil. That's
it.
the oil class right there.
you
You know what I mean? And listen, I'm a Cowboys hater. I look for every reason
too.
to hate the Cowboys, right, Robbie?
Me too.
You know what I mean? I am a realist when it
Brian
comes to
Tardy
the
knows.
When it comes to the Cowboys, I am a realist, though. What he did was the classy way to do it. And if you can't see that, well, you're a problem on that side then. There's problems on the other side. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
There's problems on both sides. If you can't see that's an okay way to do it, then I can't help you, and nobody here can help you. And you need to look in the mirror and see what you can do better then, because you're a problem.
Well, and at the
with all due respect,
right, and at the end of the day,
if you kneel for the flag, you're also a problem.
Right.
And if you don't respect guys kneeling before like the Cowboys did, boom, 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 and the way they did, turn, face the flag. If you can't respect that, then you're a problem. So you see the problems? Okay, go ahead.
No, and at the end of the day, I don't want people to be turned off to this product because they don't like any of our views on the subject, which is why we specifically don't talk about the positioning.
Yeah,
It's
I did it too much last year with Cap.
Yeah, I mean,
and it got to the point where it was sickening.
Yeah,
Like, it
I
was
mean,
too much.
yeah,
Too much arguing.
well, man, but that's it right there in a microcosm. Like this whole situation now is just too much, and like I said, regardless of which side of the fence you're on, like it's got to go away. It has to.
Mike, I put a post out. Far right's going to have their way.
Right.
Far left's going to have their way.
Yeah.
There's no middle, and that's what I put in the comments. Like, look at this. This is what I was talking about. That is going to create divide. It wasn't going to bring us together, right? Where's anybody here meeting in the middle? Why don't everybody here go look themselves in the mirror and see what they can do better on a daily basis, and start there instead of worrying about changing the world one kneel at a time. Right? What can you do better for what the inner city?
Was that a shout out to an old sponsor?
when you
Catering by Obi, changing the world one meal at a time.
I love this song too. The song was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
But inner cities, and it's a shame, are a cycle. Okay, and the only way to change that cycle, right, is higher education, higher learning. Right, that's the only way to change that cycle. If you want to make a change, get in and donate $1 million to a school district. You want to create change? Okay, you want to get kids out of the inner cities? Go in and clean it up. Or some police officer assholes? No question.
Sure.
No question. But some people are also assholes that shoot cops that are assholes. So again,
It works both ways.
And are some cops like
where's this?
the
Yeah,
best freaking
there's
guys
no-
you've ever met?
Hell yeah.
absolutely.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. So listen, let's get off it. Let's finish up our last 7 minutes here and just talk. Has your expectations or win-loss record for this football team changed? And I'm really directing this at one guy, but I want everybody's answer as well. And you know who I'm directing it to, Mr. Mlakovic.
Yes.
Has what you being 2-1, being 2-0 in the division, and you being a 7-9 prediction, right?
I'm still sitting at 10-6.
Has it changed at all?
It has slightly, just because.
We got him.
Well, no, just because the Giants are that bad.
Yeah, okay.
The Giants are that bad.
And
I figured
that should be a good football team.
I figured they were a good football team. At best, you split with them, and I think that the Cowboys are a little less of what I thought they were too. I thought again at best you split with the Cowboys, but I thought that if Zeke was there, the Cowboys would be a lot more dominant, like they were last year, and they showed themselves to be a shell of that. So with that, yes, my expectations have changed. I am now on that other side. That 9-7 side of the 8-8.
Nice. Okay.
That's good.
Jeremy,
Good.
anything changed with you?
I'm still where I'm at. I think 10-6 is pretty realistic for me. I mean, like I said, I think we're gonna go to San Diego and steal that game, and it's gonna be big for us. Come back, steal it again off the Redskins. I mean, if we get this game, which I think we will handily. This team, there's no downfalls I see as far as what we can't do.
Oh, wait a minute.
I was thinking
Hold
5-1.
on. Jeremy, go back for a second. Are they going to steal it or are they going to win handily?
Both. They need to. Let me put it like this: they need to steal it, but they're going to win handily because the fourth quarter is going to be too much for them.
All right,
Carson's going to have a field day out there.
You passed that one.
You know what I mean?
I like it.
Carson will have a field day out there, obviously. I mean, they have no fans out there. It'll be all bird season out there. Come on.
Yeah.
Greg went through this about
not all
3
green?
months ago, so Greg's just like,
we
oh, wow.
If we lose that game,
They're testing somebody else now.
Clear fraternity. We're going to run you through some goal ones.
I told my guys on the sports page 10-4. They think I'm crazy, but
Well, you are, and that's why you're here.
That's
And
it.
welcome to Crazy.
Thank you.
Wait, what did you say? 12
Hey,
and 4?
pot me
No,
kettle.
10-4.
Right, Jeremy?
10-6. Okay.
Right, Jeremy?
10-6.
Hey, pot me kettle. You know what I mean? How was everybody? Well, I was
Like that jackass on Twitter today.
Yeah, I let you and Zach handle that. You guys crushed him. Great job out of you two.
Thank you, buddy.
Way to hammer away. So I've been 11-5 guy. You know where the kid stands. Nothing.
13-3 yet?
No, it's an 11-5 division winners who I thought they were. I'm not going up wins. Ralph Delvecchio, 10-6, baby. Division is
All right,
ours.
Ralph.
Lock it up.
I can't take anything Ralph says seriously.
Again.
When he says the Lakers
I
are
like
going to be
when
an
he
8
says that,
seed.
I know. When it comes to Eagles, I have to.
I like it, Ralph. I like it.
Daniel Bakley, Cowboys secondary is what kills them. No question about it. I said that from day one. And this is another one. Dan Bakley says, Tim Tebow kneels, people go crazy. And Cap kneels, it's not justifiable. Tim Tebow kneeled the prey.
Totally different.
Totally different.
Right, we got to talk Dan out of that. He's a. We'll do.
Dan,
That's another segment.
Dan, we'll get you in for initiation.
We'll pull him to the side.
We'll get you in for initiation 1 week. All right, go to work on you a little bit.
We got to.
Okay, welcome to Daddy Daycare.
That's it.
All right.
We'll pull him in, sit him down.
It's unbelievable.
Great guy, just don't know yet.
It's unbelievable up in here.
You need the team.
I love it.
Michael Oddie said Jeremy might be high.
Actually, no, I don't know.
That's fine. I mean, we're Stephen A. Smith on that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stephen A. Smith said the greatest
Look,
line
man,
today.
I know you don't smoke weed. I
But
know
it's
this.
Friday.
But it's Wednesday. You ain't got no job. And you ain't got shit to do.
I'm gonna get you. Ha.
Ha.
How do you get fired for stealing boxes on your day off? Great movie, guys.
Michael Oddie says, great show, guys. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks,
Thank you,
See you
Michael.
next week, brother. Justin Tassi, that's the discussion for CNN. And, that's what we got, unless I went up and read more crazies. So that's good stuff. So we're down to 2
Mike,
minutes.
did we get your score? Are you still staying pat?
I'm
prediction,
I'm
yeah.
staying 10-6.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I mean I had them at 4-2 in the division. I think that they split with Dallas, and I think there's a chance that they could still drop one of the next two against either the Redskins or the Giants. So I got them at 4-2 in the division, 10-6 overall. Still have them as a wild card. Where I'm starting to hedge a little bit is I had them losing the wild card game against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's not really impressing me all that much. I mean, they, I don't want to say they are what I thought they were because I thought they were going to be a little better. Tampa Bay's just not really doing it for me.
I agree.
Don't worry about hitting the time if we go over a minute. You can just stop it when we do. But
You got more time. You got more time than you know.
Alex Ocasio, 11-5 for me as well. Look at me and Alex finally agreeing on something. What's up, brother? I love it. Look, see what I mean? Agree, disagree radio. Finally agree. Daniel Bakley, great show, guys. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, brother. Justin Tassi, great show. Enjoy every second. Listen, it's like in the bedroom, Daddy. You know what I mean? You enjoy every
We got
second
you
of
covered.
it.
Light the candles up.
All
You're
right?
good. You're fine.
I mean, you
All
want Michael
25 of them?
Oh, that's so funny.
We're here for the people.
We're here for you guys.
And I'll be here all night. Try the veal.
We're pleasure guys. Ladies, there is single guys on this couch. Not this guy, but there is. All right? I mean, maybe my wife would. No, I'm saying. Listen, thanks, Rob Povey, for producing every
Pope.
Wednesday night.
Job.
Thank our sponsor, Gibson Mayer LLC, our certified public accountant. Make them yours, GibsonMayer.com, or on the book. Gibson Mayer LLC. Back for the 3P. Like saying Soap Stash, the new soap standard. Bars are delicious, man. I mean, I can't say it enough. I reiterate things, and usually they're right. This one, spot on.
And
Get yourself some bars.
after sitting in that light for 2.5 hours,
Yeah.
How about a little?
that soap comes in handy.
How about a little face cream? Oh my God, I can't even talk anymore. Face
Think
cream.
blind you.
Soap Stash LLC. Soapstash.com. Like I said on the book, Soap Stash LLC is where you can find them. Woo. Thank you. Did I get them all? That's
Yeah.
all of them,
Yeah,
right?
we're good.
Scanzano Sports, we're good. We wore it all night.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You got it, brother.
For another edition, Tom,
Mike,
AM,
in the PA.
ATDRadio.com. We thank you all for listening. You guys make the show. You're the people who make the show. For Tom Arnone, Michael Mataraki, Greg Blakovic, Jeremy Beelan, Rob Povey on the 1s and 2s. Thanks, Jeremy, for coming.
Thanks, Jer.
We'll see
got it, man.
We'll see the sports soapbox next week, right? Did I get it right? What's it called? Soapbox?
Sports Box.
Sports box. Yeah, that was close. I'm thinking so.
Yeah,
Thinking
soap.
Sports Box.
We're out. We love you. Peace.
Good night.
Peace.
Peace.